Mike Salk.
All right, hello. Here we go. Brock and Salk Show, Seattle Sports on 710. SeattleSports.com, Seattle Sports app, all the podcast platforms, of course, 97.3 HD2. If you're driving around Seattle and want crystal clear, high-definition radio, it sounds a whole lot better. It's very clear. And you just have to figure out how to use your HD radio, which is different on every car, and so I can't explain to you how to do it. You just got to figure it out. I'm sorry. I can't do everything for you. I can't hold your hand. And then, of course, also YouTube. Lots of people finding the show yesterday, which is cool with all the guests and the Radio Row deal and all of that. We're down here, of course, at Radio Row, Brock. We are at the Super Bowl. We're ready to go. It's Thursday. We're a day closer. The energy, I'm sure, will be kicked up a notch even more later. We're here.
It's calm before the storm, Salky. Calm before the storm. And maybe I need to rebrand it. It's not Radio Row anymore. This is Media Row.
Yeah, and that's what it says outside.
It is, right? Yeah. I mean, this is Media Row. And it was telling yesterday when we were in here, and it was a little lonely in these early hours when the sun's not up. And then all of a sudden, the folks start matriculating in here, and it gets busier and busier and busier. And life experience will tell you that as busy as yesterday was, and that was a way busier Wednesday than I remember a decade ago. Today and tomorrow, when the big stars, the big dogs, when Bad Bunny's upstairs for the press conference. Oh yeah, now everybody's got to show up for that one. And I just want to thank you publicly. More and I want to thank you. I know it's your goal in life to diversify me. So our walk through all of Chinatown.
That was good, wasn't it?
On our way to the wharf yesterday.
Did you enjoy that?
I really appreciated that. Yes, I felt only 12 feet tall, but it's okay.
Yes,
no worries.
We did walk all the way to Pier 39 yesterday in Fisherman's Wharf. It was great. We saw the sea lions. They and Brock communicated. It seemed like very well.
I felt like they talked back to me.
I will say one of the only times we heard barking from the sea lions was after Brock barked as we were leaving, and the sea lion absolutely responded to him.
Yep.
It did work, yeah.
And nice job.
Well, and I was also, one with the animal, Salk, so I didn't even notice the tourist to my right who
gawking at you.
Yeah, who started gawking and laughing at me. And then the sign that said, "Please don't harass the sea lions." So I don't know if that was harassing.
It was debatable whether or not that was harassing or communicating. I think it was sort of an in between.
But I felt like I made pretty good noise with them.
Yeah.
I give good radio guests, and I make good sea lion noise.
I was impressed with your sea lion call.
I posted it on Twitter if anyone missed it, and I would like to say that it's fascinating to me the things like how much people analyze these pictures and videos I post of you guys. Like it got comments like Salk has great posture.
Thank you.
Why
you
can't
really
Brock find pants long enough?
Right.
I think we had like why do Salk's shoes look like they're falling off on the back?
Yeah.
I think it's the design of the shoes.
Yeah,
like,
it is a design of them. I was noticing that
They're not
yesterday.
falling off.
No, they're sturdy.
Yeah.
But,
and you are a straight walker. You do have really good Were you
people
taught
really
that?
dig into these videos.
Were you taught that in prep school?
No.
Really good posture.
I think I have terrible posture in general. I just maybe wearing a backpack helps.
Yes.
I was wearing a backpack, so maybe that helped kind of keep me upright a little bit. Well, anyway, it was a nice little adventure for the three of us. We got some bread bowls and all that stuff, and just kind of did the San Francisco thing, and that was fun. Then Moore and I took a cab ride back, or an Uber ride, that must have gone straight uphill. I mean, when I say it was like being in a rocket ship. We were like, had to hang on just to not fall backwards.
I don't think I've ever seen it like that.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was pretty intense.
We were talking about trying to drive stick shift on those.
Ooh, no.
I've done it. I have driven stick shift here. It is a challenge and a half.
Yes.
That's for sure. Unfortunately, all of that fun, all of that positive energy, all of that tourism goodness kind of came back to earth last night when the injury report came out, and you're like, Nicky Minwari, that's new.
Right.
All right, well,
ankle.
you never know, right?
Ankle.
Like, what that could mean a lot of things, and maybe it happened. Like, that's always the concern, right? We said it about who was it last week? Ernest Jones, maybe,
With his chest.
Yeah, like, oh, that's new. I hope it didn't happen in practice, and that's why he's limited, because that would explain leaving, right? But it wasn't the case then. So you're like, okay, cool. Dodge the bullet, no biggie. Maybe that's the case with Minwari. No, he was injured in practice.
Yeah.
He came down funny on his ankle, and he was injured. He left and did not return. And it sounds like, according to the pool report, his teammates were, quote, comforting him before he did walk off. So this whole thing is like a constant up and down with positives and
This
negative
is usually
signs.
where you do your Princess Bride.
This is like a Rorschach test where you can read from it whatever you want.
Yes. Don't you do the Princess Bride? If I drink from this one.
Right.
Yeah, I
And
think
clearly cannot be the one in front of me. Yeah.
after all these years.
Little Wall of Sean.
It just never gets old.
Yeah.
You go in there.
If you look at the ankle, then it can clearly not be the one in front of you.
That's right. You want good news? The good news is he was walking without a boot and crutches. There was some
good news.
There was some video of him, Salk, some fine grainy video of him getting out of a car and walking in, and yeah, he was limping, but without a boot and without crutches and without a cast or without any of that, that's good news. The fact the players had to comfort him, that's kind of bad news.
Doesn't sound like good news.
Yeah, the fact that he was listed as limited, good news. The fact that he had to go get an MRI, bad news. So which way you want to kind of lean into this? The fact that you and I both, and we chatted about it, I think, near the end of the show yesterday, like, hey, write a script for New England. Well, it's a game, man, and it's a violent game, and they had pads on yesterday, and I don't know, did he not remember practice 10 years ago when Cam Chancellor landed kind of funny on his knee? Do you not remember that?
I mean, how could that not be top of mind for any Seahawk fan old enough to remember that?
Yeah.
How is that not the first thing you're thinking about?
We got Richard with the dislocated elbow. We got Earl with the torn labrum, playing in a Hannibal Lecter brace. Now I got to deal with Cam Chancellor, who tweaks his knee in practice. Like, what? You know, it was just kind of one after another and after another. And that's, you know, when you're practicing this game, and yesterday, and I believe this happened late in practice, so they had pads on at the first half of practice, which is smart. And I think Mike got a lot of counsel from a lot of different people, like, hey, man, you gotta crank it up a little bit. You got to get the pads going. Didn't happen then. Kind of I think that was similar to Cam. It was like kind of near the end of practice and going through it, and you land kind of funny. And yeah, I mean, ankles, Salk. And here's the other thing. Good news with ankles. The next day, you think you can't walk, you do.
Could be fine.
The bad news with ankles, like the next day, I'll be fine. I can't even put any weight on it.
Right.
Like, it's just such a funky, fluky, hard to evaluate. And obviously, McDonald's going to say, I would guess, very little between now and kickoff.
Yeah, I mean, this feels like he's going to be questionable. And after that, who knows? You know, that's going to lead every story all today and probably tomorrow and probably right up until kickoff on Sunday, waiting to find out. My guess is he'll play, right? And it's probably something that you can shoot up and try to get him to be as comfortable as he can be.
Yep.
So he'll probably be on the roster. Will he be full go, full send, Nick Eamon-Wari?
See, ankles are also a funny thing to try to shoot up. As you know, with ankles, there's not a lot of flesh there.
No.
You know, it's a lot of bone and ligament and tendons, and like there's not, you know, it's not even an oblique or, you know, shoulder where you got some stuff to shoot the good stuff into. Like, I don't know. Now, you know, the first game of the year, he had the high ankle. And that was a much more severe, we think, with a high ankle.
We think? I don't know. How do you know
If he had a high ankle, he would have been in a boot last night, getting out of the car and walking around. I'm pretty confident.
Good news.
That is good news.
Okay.
So, you know, can you then kind of play through that? And for a guy that's, as Morris said, walking over here, it's real twitchy, real fast, real explosive. You know, again, you could just spin your head around. Good news, bad news. Good news, bad news. Good news, bad news. No news.
I mean, my first thought went to the sound we played of McVay before the NFC Championship game when they asked him about the Seahawks defense. He just raved about Eamon-Wari for 2 minutes straight.
Well, and Tom Brady, like, talking about him as...
But, I mean, this is the coach preparing to play them, and that's where his mind goes first.
I know. Richard Sherman even saying that he thinks this guy's, you know, the best player on the defense. I mean, like...
Yeah, the other funny thing, too, though, is it then throws a little ghost at the other side. Like, well, if they don't have him, now how do we attack them? And Joshy Boy, and like, okay, does that mean they're going to play nickels? Does that mean spoons inside? Does that mean, right? I mean, it also starts to create conversation on the other side of how now they want to attack versus
Josh Job's role change significantly.
It would.
Reek Woolen's role change significantly. Man, the conversations are endless, and unfortunately,
just when you think you got it figured out.
I know, but we just don't have any real information. We're just going to have to wait until game time to truly know. So we'll speculate over the course of the morning. We do have a bunch of Radio Row related guests today. Brian Baldinger is going to come by a little bit later. later. It sounds like we will have Kobe Bryant from the Seahawks a little bit later this morning, and also Kyle Brandt, who right now is on Good Morning Football, but he will be over here in the 9 o'clock hour. He's been pretty high on these Seahawks, so we will talk to Kyle before the show ends this morning as well. We'll have some fun, man. All of our coverage down here is brought to you by SGU. It's Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports on 710, SeattleSports.com, your home for the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
This is what it's all about, right?
We are going to the Super Bowl!
The pure joy.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Super Bowl, baby, let's go!
And Sunday, when history is written in Super Bowl 60, isn't there only one voice you want to hear tell the story?
A one-hander, JSN!
Wherever you are on Sunday, listen to Steve Rabel call the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, live and free on the Seattle Sports app.
Ready for your next chapter? At Edmonds Village, discover independent living that's truly exceptional. Premium apartments, all-inclusive chef-prepared dining, and a vibrant community in beautiful Edmonds, Washington. Call to learn how to receive 2 free months of rent. It's time to say yes to more connection, more adventures, and more you. So tour today, reserve your spot, and start living fully on your terms. Call them now at 425-534-5100 to learn more.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
When you buy a new vehicle from Lee Johnson, you'll get a lifetime powertrain warranty included.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
At Chain Company, we've been engagement ring experts for almost 100 years. We have the largest selection of diamonds and gemstones in stock. You don't have to wait to compare them side by side. Find the one that speaks to you at shaneco.com or in store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HAWK to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HAWK to 321-321. That's HAWK to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Advanced Hair Restoration, the simple one-day hair loss solution that's guaranteed to regrow your own natural hair. AdvancedHair.com. AdvancedHair.com.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
we meet by accident, fixing
The Anime Washington and the Washington State Gaming Expo Super Convention is almost here. We have assembled a massive celebrity guest lineup on February 6th through the 8th in Puyallup. Meet the voices behind Final Fantasy, Naruto, Halo, Grand Theft Auto, One Piece, Spider-Man, Dragon Ball, Baldur's Gate, and so many more. Shop at hundreds of vendors, makers, and artists. Compete in the Tetris Regionals, Catan, Uno Elite, Smash, Tekken, Mario Kart, and so much more. Join us February 6th through the 8th at Washington State Fair and Event Center. Tickets on sale at animewa.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This hour is brought to you by Goldberg and Jones.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Well, stop me if this all sounds just a little bit too familiar, because Nick Eamon-Wari left practice early yesterday after hurting his ankle. He's listed as a partial participant in the report. Cut 4.
For a visit, pre-draft. I think what's great about Nick is, in addition, we all know is you can see the physical talent, physical ability, but his eagerness to learn and the sense of urgency, for detail and his hunger to be great, really stands out. Not a lot of guys that are that talented really are interested in doing the amount of work that it actually takes for those traits to come to life, and Nick does that. And I think it's not like some secret thing that he said to the vets, but that daily approach and mentality that he's had, I think has earned the respect of his teammates. And you got to give the veterans a ton of credit too, that they've created an environment where he can grow and be himself and have moments like that in the game where if he feels strongly about something, that he feels empowered that he can say something and guys will have their back. And I just think that's been really, it's a tip of the cap to him and the rest of the DBs in the room.
Can you do me a favor, please? From this day forward, whatever this day is, February or something, can you please refer to him as Big Nickel? Because he's not a safety.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
That's what he is.
All right.
You coined the term.
I didn't coin it.
You demanded Pete to ask.
I did do that, but I didn't coin the term. It's been
But
around a lot longer than that.
But you say safety, and it's so funny. Like, he's a big nickel.
He really is.
Incredible.
Other than that, Sam Darnold's still limited. So is Charles Cross and Josh Jones. But I don't think there's a ton of concern with any of those. Cut one, Mike McDonald was asked about Sam and some of his resilience.
Sam's just been so resilient. I mean, I feel like I'm giving you guys terrible answers because I'm giving you the same answer every time, but that's really what it is. It's just he's so steadfast in his approach. I think he's confident in who he is. I think he understands that how much his team believes in him and has his back. So just keep firing away, man. Keep being you. Go to the next play. He's the same guy after he has a perfect passer rating, and he's not strutting around like he just solved all the world's problems compared to a game where maybe we didn't execute as well as we did. So that's what you appreciate about him.
Well, it sounds like he should end up being okay. I mean, this is going to be another week playing with this, so I got to imagine at this point. He even said yesterday he was feeling pretty good.
You know what else is nice? 73 degrees and sunny in San Jose yesterday. Practice.
Not a problem.
Not bad either.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
All right, as for the Patriots, Drake May, full participant yesterday, so whatever was going on with the shoulder, it seems like he is going to be just fine. Josh McDaniels is offensive coordinator. What'd you say? This is his 10th Super Bowl?
10 out of 60.
Pretty amazing. He talks through what they're doing to get themselves ready this week, cut number 5.
A review of first, second, third down. Tomorrow's a lot of situational work, red zone, goal line, 2-minute. And then Friday, you're trying to button it all up, cross T's, dot I's, and make sure all the hay's in the barn. So the next 3 days are really important, for us to finish our preparation and to really be ready to start the game.
How dare he take our line to end the show?
Yeah.
Try to make it his own.
Really unfair.
Sheesh.
Very unfair. But it sounds like that's just normal week of practice, right?
I mean, what is the most number of Super Bowls coached in? I mean, I would think, you're getting to 10 out of 60.
It's a lot.
That is 16.6666%, as you know. So
I mean, Belichick's got to be up there,
right
too,
there
right?
too.
Coupled with the Giants. So.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a remarkable number. We'll see what sort of an effect that ends up having on this game.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
All right, little baseball news yesterday. Framber Valdez is a Tiger, the best pitcher left on the market, signing a 3-year deal, $115 million. That's $38 per year as an average annual value to go to Detroit. It makes him the highest paid lefty ever. It's also about double what the team offered to Derek Skubal.
Jeez. And as I understand it, is it today, Lyle? Today's the day, I think, that the arbitration for Tarek Skubal gets figured out, whether that number is whatever it was, 19 or 32.
Yeah.
It's going to be less than that. It's as much as any lefty pitcher's ever been paid. It didn't make me think, he's making 38. What's the entire Mariners rotation making?
It's a good question. It's probably not. Well, Luis is making money.
20?
Yeah. Maybe even 24.
30. I mean, you're less than 50 million.
Yeah, I bet the other 4 guys other than Luis don't equal 38. No. Pretty amazing. Kraken bounce back in a big way. They take one on the road in L.A. last night. Shane Wright leading the way with a couple goals, one each from Larson and Dunn. The team heads into the Olympic break now in a playoff spot, third in the division. They are just 3 points out of first. Pretty good. All right, that's everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show. Yeah, I just sat in bed last night watching the Kraken on my phone. It's like, yeah.
You just love watching hockey.
I do.
It's great.
I really do.
I think you said at some point I could do this all day, every day.
I could.
Just the game of hockey.
It is just so interesting. I don't get sick of watching it.
I bet it's even more interesting with your daughter playing now too.
I mean, that helps. Yeah, and I do watch stuff and with her in mind. But man, I love watching it. I love the way the game moves and works and all that stuff. All right, well, we're talking a ton of football down here, which is great. All of our coverage is brought to you by WGU. And let's see. All right, so I gave you some of the guests and people that are going to be showing up later. We know we're going to talk to Brian Baldinger. We know we're going to talk to Kobe Bryant. We know we're going to talk to Kyle Brandt. We're caping a couple things. We got some other stuff prepared for tomorrow. So we're kind of working through the whole media row thing here. I can report to you. Well, we'll talk about some of this later. I'll tell you what. Let's get to Joel Klatt, because Joel was pretty adamant about the way the Super Bowl should go, and you guys should hear it. It's next on Brock and Salk.
We knew the foundation was strong.
Last year, everything was new.
But this?
We are going to the Super Bowl!
Doubters? What doubters?
We did not care. We've been playing dominant football all year.
Now, the stage is set to finish by claiming the ultimate prize. Seahawks, Patriots in Super Bowl 60. Kickoff with Steve Rabel on the call. Sunday at 3:30 on the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
Forward to when you get your windows replaced. The whole house being way warmer and a lot quieter. Dave Wyman here, and when we had finally had it with our old windows with broken seals, we called Harley Exteriors. They were incredibly friendly, professional, and absolutely knew their stuff. Harley Exteriors windows are a massive upgrade. They keep heat in and noise out. Plus, they're truly gorgeous windows. I said, you guys must use a different type of glass, and sure enough, it's their Olympic Series, which is manufactured here in the Pacific Northwest and exclusive to Harley Exteriors. Harley Exteriors has a special offer for Seattle sports fans. Buy one window and get the second 40% off. No payments or interest until 2027, and take an additional $200 off your project. Call 833-HARLEY or go to harleyexteriors.com. Schedule your free consultation today. That's harleyexteriors.com.
Get ready, because it's here. The first huge public online auction of the new year from the James G. Murphy Company. And it's underway now. We're stacked and packed with a vast assortment of heavy construction equipment, trucks, trailers, and more, like 17 excavators, 6 dozers, including a 2012 John Deere 700K XLT, 4 wheel loaders, a grader, a 2021 Kenworth T270 propane delivery truck, a 2023 Volvo Auto Transporter, 6 Peterbilt 567 tractors, 6 dump trucks, forklifts, boom lifts, loaders, graders, and utility trucks. But wait, there's more, like over 100 unused gas-powered excavators, flatbed trucks, and on and on. We are on fire with gear. Preview all items Tuesday and Wednesday, February 10th and 11th at our location in Marysville. Do not miss the first huge public online auction of the new year. Check murphyauction.com for all details. murphyauction.com. murphyauction.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Okay, guys, quick PSA. Forgetting Valentine's Day flowers is not the move. Get it right this year. Send farm fresh flowers from the Books Company. And right now, get 25% off with code CANTY. Books flowers are cut fresh, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. And it's easy. Pick the bouquet, the delivery date, and you're done. Valentine's Day is February 14th, right after the big game, so order now. Go to Books.com and use code CANTY for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com.
Who did it best in 2025? Vote now for the Sports Stars and Story of the Year at seattlesports.org and help choose the winners of the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards, presented by Microsoft. From collegiate champions to the standouts across our professional teams, make your choice and come celebrate Washington's biggest night out for sports on March 13th. Vote now and get tickets at seattlesports.org. We'll see you there.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Hey, Brock Heward here with Shannon O'Kelly, President and CEO of IRG Physical and Hand Therapy, inviting you to come work with IRG. And Shannon, what kind of staff are you looking for at IRG?
Brock, we're looking for all kinds of clinical staff, physical therapists, occupational therapists, athletic trainers, certified occupational therapy technicians, physical therapy assistants, you name it on the clinical side. We are looking for those folks. But we are really looking for folks that want to come to an organization that want to be part of our culture and change the culture and work with us to provide the best care and service we can to our patients, our team, and our community. So those clinical people out there, we're looking for you. We also provide advanced certification. We want to provide you mentorship. We want you to grow personally and professionally here at IRG.
With over 40 clinics throughout the Pacific Northwest, you've got the opportunity to work in the city you want. Just head over to irgpt.com/careers. That's irgpt.com/careers.
Brock and Salk's Rewind is presented by Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60.
Powered through the Quantum Fiber Studio.
On Seattle Sports on 710, the Seattle Sports app, and live on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
Sorry about that. Don't want to step on her. She got important things to announce, like we're the hosts of this show, the Brock and Salk Show, here at the Super Bowl, man, and it's pretty awesome. Just a fun vibe, and it is sort of magnified even just by having more people around, more people doing their shows, you know, all from around the country here, but even having G hanging out, and, well, he's usually hanging out. We can't get rid of him. He's always in the studio bothering us during the show or during every break, but Trevor's here, Justin's around, and Brenna's here, engineer. Brenna's going to be featured in a big thing on King 5.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually pretty cool. She is the, what did she say, the first female engineer.
The first woman to engineer a play-by-play for a Super Bowl.
That's awesome.
On the radio.
Oh, she's still here. Oh, my
on
God,
the
you're
radio.
under the table there. I thought I was talking about you when you weren't around. Brenna popped her head up like a gopher.
She's fixing the power sources down
there.
okay?
All right.
Jeez.
I know. I should know that she's busy
going on.
engineering everything. I should have known. Anyway, a pretty cool deal for her and a great accomplishment. So congratulations to Brenna.
Brenna is one of the unique engineers that, when I came to the Super Bowl with Clayton, she had to send me with all of the equipment to do it myself. And she can explain it in like non-engineer talk.
Yeah.
That's a gift that not a lot of engineers have.
Brenna's kind of awesome. We're all big fans of Brenna. Anyway, Joel Klatt's going to be with us here in just a moment or two. And then I think by later today, we're going to have Rashid Shaheed at, I think, 8:15. Timing is a little TBD.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think we'll start really looking to see, who else we want to bring over here. Just looking around, we saw Good Morning Football doing their show, Jamie Erdahl and Kyle Brandt. And he's going to join us tomorrow, I think, right, in the 9 o'clock hour. So that'll be good. Saw Unsportsmanlike doing their show with Evan Cohen and Michelle Smallman and all that group. There's the huge Fox Sports Radio booth over there. I don't know if you're still invited over there or not. Like, I don't know how that goes.
What?
You're not really part of their team anymore. Do you think you still fit in the Fox Sports Radio world?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Lumber 2 PD now for that whole deal. So that's going on over there. And then, as I've mentioned a few times, just because I think it's bizarre, there's like a dozen college stations here, which is so cool.
It is.
I see Marist University and Ithaca and Syracuse, obviously.
Concordia.
Columbia, Bryant.
Yep.
I mean, there are a lot of colleges that send a show here, which is really cool.
Well, Lyle did that with ASU. ASU sent
Is that true?
Lyle and TJ to all the Super Bowls.
Lyle, did ASU do anything like this?
No.
They've gone to some Super Bowls. I didn't go. They didn't do it when we were at school. I think they started doing it after.
Were you in school for any Phoenix, Glendale Super Bowls?
The Final Four, we were there. I'm trying to remember if there was a Super Bowl there or not. I don't think so.
Okay.
Now, it's a great experience for these young people. Holy smokes.
Right? Like,
Yeah,
I
really
mean,
good.
it is really impressive to see, all of that. It's just a cool vibe here in general. So huge deal for us to be here and get an opportunity to see it all. We'll cruise around San Francisco as a show unit today. Go see the Sea Lions. Are you into the Sea Lions, Brock? Moore and I want to go see the Sea Lions at Fisherman's Wharf.
You've got more affinity than I do. You've probably never fished and had a sea lion eat your salmon right off your line like I did. So they're not beloved by fishermen.
I think they have more claim to it
Right.
than you do.
I think the Sea Lions, I was about to eat dinner and you stole
They're
it.
very manipulative creatures. They're the
Very manipulative.
They're the moochers of
What?
the sea. Yeah, they find the fishing boats and they know they're the moochers of the sea. So
wow.
But yeah, I'm game for walking around. It's gonna be a beautiful day.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to feel the.
Well,
kind of the
don't
pulse of the
throw
people.
anything at
no,
the.
I'm
at
not
the,
going to do anything silly.
at the
No.
poor beasts out
Of
there on their
course not.
docks.
No,
all right. I don't want you to embarrass us at Fisherman's Wharf.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll walk around. We'll get some of the sights and sounds. Moore's never been to San Francisco. Brock's afraid of cities. So this should be, this should be an interesting bit as I get to walk around with these two. We do have Joel Klatt with us. Good morning, Joel. It's been a couple of weeks. How are you?
Yeah. You guys bumped me for Tom Brady last week, so thank you.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Actually, we did. Yeah. Do you blame us?
No, I don't
good.
blame you at all. It was just a truth. It was just a factual deal. Just wanted to establish it. Brock, your sweater is incredible.
This one feels good, Joel. This is probably my favorite. Yeah, my favorite little Seahawks throwback. Saw some old teammates that played with this kind of logo back in the day. And why don't you ask Joel the question you asked at the kind of the top
national
of the hour?
brand? Yeah, I got that on my list.
He'd be a good representative.
Well,
good question.
Yeah, I was thinking, Joel, that the Seahawks in Seattle is never a big national source of conversation. But if they win Sunday, it's going to be 4 Super Bowl appearances in 20 years. It'll be 2 Super Bowl wins in just over a decade. There's only 10 teams in the NFL with 3 or more Super Bowl wins, and a few of them are dated at this point. Could the Seahawks start to turn themselves into being more of a national brand? I'm not saying they're going to be the Cowboys, but could they turn themselves into a team that starts to have a little bit more of a national conversation and following?
Yes, I think proximity is what makes it so difficult. It's just so far, guys. Like I know that you know that if when you travel around and you actually go to Seattle, it was just so far. Now, having said that, I think it always helps if you've got someone that is recognizable and is considered a face of the league. I don't know if Sam Darnold is going to be that, even if he wins the Super Bowl, but I think that the reason the Denver Broncos became the Denver Broncos and were a success story and one of the more premier organizations in the NFL is because they went to a bunch of Super Bowls, but they had John Elway, right? And John Elway was one of the faces of the league, at least in growing up in my time. Heck, they were playing back in the old AFC West with the Seahawks and the Kingdom. Those were incredible. Steve Largent in those games. Now, can they do that? Yeah, I think that they can. It helps if you've got a real brand name quarterback, and I don't know if Darnold is that. And I think that we sell Darnold short. Like, he outplayed Matt Stafford in the NFC Championship game. He just did. And, I think that we need to just start giving him some credit. But these guys that aren't playing for the teams that drafted them and didn't come in and just have success right away. Baker fights this as well. Baker has had great success. These guys that have great success, I think Stafford is a different deal because he was so good in Detroit and then was traded away versus had to find his way after his first location. I think that we just have this, I don't know what it is. What's the word? I'm like, stigma? Is stigma the right word? Mm-hmm. When we view a guy like Stafford and Darnold and their career. Yeah, it's bias, Brock. It is. And, a stigma is like, I guess technically like a blind spot. I think we have a blind spot for a guy like Darnold. But to answer your question, I think that is more what hurts Seattle more than anything, is that they haven't had that quarterback that is a must NFL brand name quarterback. And I guess Russ was that kind of, and they were a focal point of the NFL.
Don't you dare tell Russell Wilson.
Russell thinks he was that for sure.
Him and Sierra, don't you dare tell them. Joel Klatt. Russell Wilson was the star of the NFL. He's kind of quiet. Should have
Oh
got
my
a silent.
gosh.
Okay, so what did Sam Darnold do? You tuned in, right? You and Salk have been, I think, on a similar wavelength of, hey, man, come on, prove it. I got to prove it. Salky was right up next to me in the suite, Joel, and Uncle Damon, and, talking ball and watching ball with us and watching that game. Tell me about Sam Darnold. How'd he do it?
He was elite, man. He was elite. He played on time. He played on target. He played bold. He didn't take chances that were unnecessary. He didn't panic. He was calm, and yet he was surgical. And I think it all stems from confidence and command. Brock, I don't know how you feel about quarterback play, but like confidence and command. You've got to be bold in your decision making, but it stems from a confidence of your command of what's going on. What are they doing? What are we doing? Why? How? All of those things, and that type of posture, I think, allows you to play the game as if the game is just a part of you. You're not having to react. It's like all of us when we're driving a car. We're not thinking about turning on blinkers. We're not thinking about hitting the brakes. Like, it just happens. And quarterback play at its finest and its most beautiful just happens. It unfolds because you're just utilizing the offense. You're just utilizing the answers. And it's like the old, Field of Dreams line when James Earl Jones at the end is like, and they'll just hand over the money without even knowing what they're doing. And it's like, that's how you play quarterback. You just it's just oozing out of you. That's the way it looked when Sam was playing. It was really beautiful. Probably his best football of his life.
Is Drake May playing at that same level?
No. In fact, if Sean Payton kicks the field goal on 4th down, they're probably not even here. Because a 2-possession game with the weather imminent like it was in Denver, they go up 10-0 with what, I think the Patriots to that point had gained 12 yards on 12 snaps of the football. So they were winning in spite of Drake and did win in spite of Drake. Now, does he do some things that cause you problems? Yeah, you bet. He's a really good young player, and he might turn into something really special. But right now, man, they are playing around their quarterback in New England, and Seattle is not doing that. I know that you might ask me at the end, but I would be shocked if New England wins this game. Shocked. Because they shouldn't have beaten Jarrett Stidham and Denver. Like, Denver had them, and I think Sean Payton largely lost that game with the decision to go for it on 4th down. What was it, from like the 12-yard line or something? It's not even imminent that you're going to score the touchdown. You don't need the touchdown. You just need the 2-possession lead. With the weather forecast of the second half, if Denver gets a 2-possession lead, they're your opponent this week, period.
I'm going to guess you were probably still talking about that on Denver radio, huh? Did you watch that game? Did you watch that game, Joel? Did you still have some rooting interest? Being a hometown kid.
Oh yeah. I still watch Denver like I'm the 7-year-old kid watching John Elway, man. I can't, like the color. It's just like the colors and especially when they wear the throwbacks. I bet you guys feel like when Seattle gets into the the good unis, the throwbacks, and you're like, oh yeah. That's what I like. These new uniforms, they're all so stupid. I'm sorry. Now I sound really dumb and like the old guy shouting at the clouds. But Seattle's new uniforms are lame. They got highlighters up and down their sides. Denver's new uniforms are lame. Might as well be Boise State. Who cares? It's give me the classics, man. Give me in the old silver pants for the Seahawks. The Seahawks roll out in their throwbacks. Seahawks by 1 million in this game. They're so good.
How about the old creamsicles? We got to see those earlier this year. Those are the
best.
I mean,
those are good. The Patriots' old uniforms, better than their new uniform. Everything new is generic. It's gross. Everything is oh, look at us. We've got a Navy, uniform palette. You had every single team on the planet Jones
You're not
Junior
golfing
High
this
School
morning,
has
huh?
a Navy
No,
palette.
He's not in a
you're
good
not on the
mood golf
course.
guy
Yeah,
today.
you're
Not
on
at
the golf
all.
course,
Those
are you?
kidney stones still bothering you? What's going on with you?
What, do you disagree with the take? Do you like the new uniforms over the old uniforms?
No.
Just answer the substance of the take. Like don't
I like
get
some of
sucked
them.
into the emotion.
No, I do like. Yeah, I'm a new guy. I'm a new school guy.
You're a new guy.
I'm
That
here for
tells me that-
change. Yeah,
You know
I don't
what?
fear change at all. Yeah, no, I love it.
You know what? I don't fear change. If you're gonna change, you better change to be better. So many see, here's the problem with today. You ready for this? You ready? Salk. The problem today is that everyone just wants to change for change's sake versus change to be better. You want to change?
I'll make you an argument. All right, I'll make you an argument here, Joel. I'm going to make you an argument.
Change to be better. Everyone's like, "Oh, we need a new coach." Okay, better. That coach better be better than the last coach.
The Patriots in those red jerseys with Pat Patriot on it were the worst franchise in history. Eventually, they got to their Navy uniforms, and they went on a historic run of Super Bowls. The Seahawks, as much as everybody loves the old uniforms, were not particularly
No
great.
Super Bowls in
no
30
Super Bowl
years.
appearances.
No.
They changed to the in-between ones, much like the Patriots did with their soccer uniforms, the light blues for both of them, the Drew Bledsoe, the Matt Hasselbeck, and they were better. And then both of them changed to their new uniforms, and within a year or two, became Super Bowl teams. So Denver did the same thing, buddy. All those Super Bowl losses from your youth, they're all in the oranges. It wasn't until they went to those hideous late John Elway uniforms that they finally started winning. Sometimes you got to break the cycle, man.
Listen, don't call me buddy, pal. And
I'll call you babe like Tom Brady calls Brock.
into the connection. Did I lose the connection? Oh, no, we're back.
Hopefully,
We're
yeah,
back.
that was the hope, yeah.
I went dark there for a moment, and yeah, all I can think about is Ocean's 11. Rather, don't call me buddy, pal.
Yeah.
Here's the problem with that is like for you on the sideline and in your suite, because you just said you're a suite guy. You don't sit in regular seats.
Heck no.
Obviously. Sorry. Wait. Don't even answer that. Don't even answer that. Why would you sit in regular seats?
Yeah.
But yeah, of course you don't. Of course you don't. Why would you? This is. I mean,
I actually don't even sit in the suite. I sit at home.
From your suite, you actually think that the uniforms have some bearing on the success of the team. Those of us, that participated even at the lowly level that I did in training camp, realized that attention to detail and execution is actually what makes your team very good.
Yeah,
so
I'm sure Dion, who was not a very good player at all, who said look good, feel good, play good. I'm sure Dion didn't know what he was talking about at all. Isn't that your guy? Aren't you a Dion guy?
Hey, can we stop?
Didn't you hold on a minute? Didn't you pick Dion to be at Colorado?
Can we stop fighting?
He's the look good, feel good, play good
We're
guy.
on Radio Row. We got a Super Bowl. Can we stop fighting about uniforms?
I'm now sweating.
Goodness gracious! Can we get to what's going to actually happen and transpire?
I
Sunday, Joel?
just know that this is likely our last. This is our last session, and I just wanted to make sure that I worked Salk up into a lather.
Yeah.
Well, you've done so. You've accomplished it. So I don't know,
Brock,
Joel.
this is tough for him. He's sitting with all the regular folk on Radio Row. He's not in a suite.
I'll tell you what, though, Joel. You know where you and I agree? I think the Seahawks are going to – I think they could blow this team out. I just keep looking at it. I don't see how the Patriots win this game. And that's not to say they won't. The NFL is so funky. And, the Sam Darnold could have some bizarre game where he fumbles a couple of times. And there's some weird special teams mistake that you don't expect. But the Seahawks are pretty buttoned up in all of those areas. The way we were talking about it yesterday, all the big upsets in the Super Bowls that we remember in our lifetime are all with big-time offenses that get beat by underrated great defenses, and the Seahawks don't fit that model. I think they're just much better than the Patriots are, and I think they're going to destroy them.
Okay, to your point, Brock, of just getting to the game, and Salk, you bring up some excellent points there. Is there an aspect of the New England Patriots that you would take over this Seattle team?
There might be some position groups where I think you'd have that conversation.
I mean,
look, Drake May is going to end up being the runner-up for the MVP.
Yeah, but you wouldn't take him this week. No. But you wouldn't take him over.
Nope. Maybe running backs. I mean, they got a couple of running backs. The Seahawks kind of have one, but it's not But yeah, no. No, there is no one group with the Patriots that I'd rather have.
Yeah, and if you're looking from a more broad nature, just defense, offense, special teams, quarterback, you would take the Seahawks in every one of those categories, and for this week, and so yeah, like this to me would be a major upset if New England won. I don't think New England should be there. Denver should have won that game, and not just because I'm a fan. That's just looking at the way that game kind of played out. And Seattle is playing. Let's be honest, during the stretch run at a I keep coming back to this aspect that you guys kind of clued me into. They're playing as good a defense as anybody, even back to the Legion of Boom. And now they're also playing at an elite level offensively because their quarterback has gone to the next level. Like I like Seattle handily in this game.
Yeah, Joel, I think the only thing that comes to my mind, and it's interesting, I hadn't really thought about it until we're here on Radio Row, and we see a lot of New Englanders, and you were bringing up Sam's game against the Rams, and I feel like the only thing is I don't know if the lack of familiarity, I think that favors the underdog. I think when you talked about all the rhythm that Sam was in, it's like in the World Series when you see the bullpen for the 7th time and you see the guys. And I think honestly, for Sam to have seen LA 3 times and know their personnel, know their people, and know like they don't know New England at all. I mean, there was like no crossover tape this year. That's the only thing that I wonder a little bit about or think about is the underdog. Does that lack of familiarity actually favor the team that maybe isn't as talented as we talk about?
I think it could. I think it could, but I'm going to go back to like when you've got a foundation that is the Seahawks defense, man, that gives you it's not like Sam has to go out. This is not a Super Bowl where Seattle feels like they've got to score 30 points, right? It's not like Sam has to go out there and be incredible. All he has to do is go out there and be efficient and just run the offense because that New England team is not scoring over 14. I mean, max, Brock. Max on this defense.
Yeah, again, though, remember, too, the weather in New England, terrible against the Chargers. The weather, terrible against the Texans. The weather in Denver, apocalyptic in the second half. We'll see how healthy Drake is. I think that's a part of it. But I think we're a little blinded by, hey man.
I think you're nervous because you want Seattle. Like you want Seattle. You got the sweatshirt on.
And you think I want Seattle, Joel? You think I want Seattle?
Well, I know you want Seattle. I didn't want to just blatantly say that, but you know what I mean. Like
I have no journalistic integrity. I don't care. I'm 7-year-old Brock. I'm 7-year-old Brock sitting in Prosser, Washington, watching the Seahawks and the Dolphins in the '83 title game. Yeah, that's who I am. As I sit here on Radio Row, and I don't care. Joel, I'm still that 7-year-old fan. So yes, maybe there is a little nervousness born out of that.
I think that you're hunting a little bit for ghosts. Remember, coaches used to say that to us when we were quarterbacks, like, hey, don't hunt for ghosts. Just evaluate what's in front of you. And what's in front of you is that the Seahawks are a much better team. They're a much better team. Now, do they for sure win? I don't know. Like, if they start turning the ball over, funky things happen, and New England's a good football team that have taken advantage of some things, they can run it decently well. If Travion gets loose, all of a sudden he can hit a home run. Of course, they're good enough, And it is the National Football League. This is not like some sort of college mismatch. There's certainly that, but foundational things that I can rely on each and every day, regardless of location and regardless of the enormity of game, is defense. And this defense is excellent. And it takes a guy like Stafford who sees that defense, multiple times in order to unlock it. I don't see, because all that familiarity stuff that you were talking about, or lack thereof, for Seattle, that's the same for New England. So how's Drake May going to look at this defense for the first time and be like, oh, okay, well, I got this thing figured out? I don't think that's going to happen either.
Well, there you go. There is the great Joel Klatt, who's been joining us all throughout the year, every Wednesday, and pretty good way to put a capper on that, Brock, leading into what's going to be quite the day on Sunday. Now, unfortunately, this was supposed to be nice and easy, and everyone kind of had a good sense as to what was going to happen. No drama. Everything was quiet. And then we got the injury report yesterday. And then we got the pool report yesterday. And then we got the Sasquatch video yesterday. So what's the deal? How hurt is Nick Eamon-Wari? We're back in just a moment on Brock and Salk.
It's Super Bowl week.
Not super week, like super week.
Let's go!
It's going down.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, is broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco all week with Brock and Salk at 6 a.m. Bump and Stacy 10 to 2. Wyman and Bob 2 to 6 with bonus coverage 6 to 8.
Powered by WGU.
From the only station where you hear Rabel and Wyman call the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Seattle Sports.
Look, we're all getting excited about the big game. And when it comes to football, one of the most important things to think about is your snacks. It's Mike Salk here. Make sure to put Daisy Sour Cream Dips on your list this year. Daisy Sour Cream Dips are so creamy, so flavorful, you'd swear they were made from scratch. That's because they're made with ingredients you can actually find in your kitchen. No preservatives, no artificial ingredients. They're great with chips or wings or veggies, whatever you got going on. So look for delicious Daisy French Onion Dip and Creamy Ranch at your local grocery store.
Why is K2 Vision RLE a permanent solution to glasses, contacts, and readers? How is it that you'll never develop a cataract after K2 Vision RLE? And how is RLE different from LASIK?
Hey, it's Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. We'll answer those questions and others when you join us for our free live webinar today at noon. Andy, what are some of the other questions you hear?
Well, how long is the procedure and recovery? Or who's a good candidate for RLE?
And we'll also answer, how much does RLE cost? Is there financing available? Does insurance pay for RLE?
Find out how K2 Vision RLE is the permanent solution to glasses, contacts, and readers.
And cataracts too.
Right, no more cataracts.
K2 Vision's free live webinar today at noon. Space will be limited, so register now at k2visionrle.com.
Join us at our free live webinar today at noon. Sign up at k2visionrle.com.
If you actually are the person that will take care of them after the fact, if you actually will be there for them, if you will pick up your phone, then they come back to you.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's orchard.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Take the next step to becoming a Seahawks season ticket holder. Join the season ticket holder notification list to secure your spot in line. By signing up, you'll be the first to know when space becomes available on the official Blue Pride waitlist. Plus, receive team news, special ticket offers, and more. Visit Seahawks.com/season tickets to sign up today.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since
since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HAWK to 321321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HAWK to 321321. That's HAWK to 321321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
3 more days until Super Bowl 60.
And this is the only place you'll hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks and Patriots in the Super Bowl. KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma.
This hour of the Brock and Salk Show is powered by Star Rentals, preferred supplier to the West's best contractors.
This is Brock and Salk.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco. Powered through the Quantum Fiber Studio.
Ahead of Super Bowl 60 between the Patriots and Seahawks on Seattle Sports.
Now, here are your hosts, Brock Eward and Mike Salk.
All right, we are still here on Media Row, Brock and Salk at the Super Bowl this week. How cool is that? Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com. YouTube, if you want to see where we are, or at least the beautiful backdrop behind us. It is a little too bad that we can't, pan around and see everybody here, all the college radio stations.
You want to put a GoPro on your head and have you walk around?
I just got accosted by some guy from Dallas who was like, what station are you on? He's like, on the air. I was like, oh, man, I don't want to do this. Like, dude, I'm trying to get back to my show.
Are you from the Ticket?
What was it? I think it probably was. Ticket Mouse. Yeah, it probably was from the Ticket. They would do something wacky and hilarious like that. So anyway, what's in the news this morning? Unfortunately, Brock, health. And not mine, although my cough is getting a little bit better. Felt like I was communicating with the Sea Lions yesterday with my bark.
Yeah, little wheeze.
Little barking, wheeze and cough. And then you truly did communicate with the Sea Lions.
I did.
I've never seen that.
I'm one with the animals.
Brock barked at the Sea Lion. The damn thing barked back. Unbelievable.
And you think as wide as my eyes are spaced apart, you would think I'd have better periphery.
Right.
That I would have seen the group of, I don't know, a dozen or so tourists to my right before I barked. I didn't.
No.
I didn't until I looked in your guys' faces, and your guys' faces were like looking past me as a tourist, and I was like, oh, hey.
The people pointing.
They seemed entertained.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's amazing though when you do that, your mouth kind of turns into this weird slope. It does sort of. It is very animal-like.
Sure.
So I can see why the big beast was responding to you. No, unfortunately, Nick Eamon-Warry's hurt. Now I don't know what this means. Nobody does. All we know, thanks to a pool report, so let me just set the scene. Seahawks practiced yesterday, and no one's allowed to go.
No.
There's no media there.
I tried.
I know Brock tried to pull
out.
the back channels.
I tried to pull out my former player card.
Yeah, nothing.
I'm on one of those placards in the hallway. You know, I played a couple games.
But you're not on the 50 greatest list.
No,
I mean,
no.
Maybe if you were on the 50 greatest list.
And they said politely, I'm so sorry. Because of security and rules, there's only one reporter. So not even like...
Actually, no.
The Brady Hendersons.
Nope. None of them. So there's one pool reporter. And she was at practice yesterday, and she reported that Nick Eamon-Warry did leave practice late. It was very late in practice. I think she said about 4 o'clock. So I don't know how many plays would have been left in practice at that point, but he jumped up to defend a pass. When he came down, he hurt his ankle. Don't know if he landed on someone else's foot or whatever, but he hurt his ankle. He was tended to on the field. He did walk off under his own power, so there was no cart brought out to get him or anything like that. And he didn't need crutches or 2 people under each arm. But he did walk off under his own power. However, other players did come over to quote, what was the word?
Comfort, but that could have also been you good. Like, I mean, it's just one of those.
It could have been you good.
You good? You all right?
But it also could have been like, I don't know what comfort means. It could have been like, geez, man, I'm so sorry. Like, you came all this way with us, and now the day or 2 before the Super Bowl, you're done.
Yeah.
So we don't know what comfort means.
We know they did not have to amputate. I mean, I think we're confident.
Well, we think we
there.
know that because, that wasn't part of what Mike McDonald said later. And also, we think we saw grainy video of him walking into the hotel. Here is Mike McDonald's quote. "We brought him in to look at it, and we'll kind of go from here and figure out what are the next steps." There's a question mark at the end, which I don't think is an accident. And we'll figure out what are the next steps. So I'm trying to, I don't know.
Are you trying to run Burgundy right now?
Well, there's a question mark at the end. I feel like I almost have to.
Okay.
So, look, I don't know what any of this means, Brock. You have been kind of our injury expert of sorts over the course
Don't
of the
you
year.
dare call me Dr. Chow.
I wouldn't.
I do not want to get in a tussle with Ryan Leaf around here, okay? That's not going to happen.
Oh, no.
All right, I'm not going to do it.
Let's get to that later.
Yes. I'm not going there, all right? I'm not going there.
Brock, how
and without
serious is this?
well, yeah, it's just I think it's serious in how we opened the show last hour, too, because it just kind of gets your mind racing. How can it not to a decade ago, right? Where you also saw, like, your stud safety. Now, that was a knee, and it was a pretty significant knee, as it turned out, like an MCL with Cam. He played through it in the Super Bowl. He tried. He was not full speed. So, right now, whatever it is, less than 24 hours later, total speculation. And frankly, until he wakes up this morning and he goes to the training room and they check him out and see, hey, how you doing today?
I mean, I got to imagine a ton of anti-inflammatories, right, to get the swelling down.
Sure.
And I would imagine a lot of other
compression,
ice and compression.
all that good
They using the
stuff.
Rice method?
Oh, the Rice method.
Rest, ice, compression, and elevate?
Yeah.
Is he doing high knees?
Well, there's a great debate in medicine, Salk, between ice and heat these days. So maybe with the Super Bowl a couple days away, you don't actually ice it. You just keep it heated and keep it going.
Well, first you got to first ice
Do
it,
you think he's going to go as hard as Russ, where he basically said he just stayed up all night so that he could keep doing the
God, I
treatments?
hope not.
That's true.
No
I
time
hope
to
he
sleep.
doesn't. I hope he sleeps.
But you know what is funny about Russ? He legitimately had a grapefruit on his ankle.
I
and
remember.
And he played.
High ankle sprain.
And he played.
Yeah.
So it is.
And an MCL. He had both.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did play. So he also didn't need to play, nickel, safety, corner, edge, everything else that Nicky Manwari does.
Yes.
So I don't know. I don't know what this ends up looking like. I guess I would ask you this. Of all of the potential players to hear this news about yesterday,
Right.
where does Nicky Manwari
Real
rate
high,
on that
Salk.
list?
Yeah, real high.
Real high on the list of people you didn't want to hear it about,
Yeah,
right?
real high. Yeah, real high. Ken Walker would also be real high because
Based on-
obviously Charbonnet is out, and and also what he's asked to do. There's certainly a few that would be Sam and JSN, and like
all
there's
that is
a bunch
true.
of them.
But I will say, every time we've worried this year about injuries, whoever has stepped in well.
Julian Love's out. Kobe Bryant is out. Heck, Nicky Manwari missed 3 games earlier in
Charles
the year.
Cross was out.
That's right.
As was Josh Jones. I mean, we've really had to have some of these conversations throughout the year of, what does it look like? And there is not really, save for the DeMarcus Lawrence game that he missed, there hasn't really been a drop-off at any point after losing any of their big guns. Now, we haven't seen them without Leonard Williams or Byron Murphy or, Sam Darnold. I mean, some of the biggest names on the team. And I will also say that for the most part, when guys missed games, you had a full week to prepare everybody for it and kind of know what you were going to do. But at the end of the day, Ty Okada's played really good football this year and has been called upon often to do so. You can always move Witherspoon into the slot, which is kind of where he first made his bones. And you've definitely gotten really good play from Josh Jobe this year and last. You are pretty well set up to do.
Salk, you're not here. You're not playing in this Super Bowl. We're not on Media Row. We're not doing this if the Seahawks didn't handle these adversities throughout the year the way they have. If they did not have a ready squad, if they did not have 1 through 70, if they did not have all the different guys over the course of the year step up when their number is called. Some of them we didn't even know, like Amari Kite, who played 18 pretty valuable snaps and played them at a pretty high level as a third-string left tackle after you lost 2 guys. So you kind of get to this point, and I bet you New England would say the same thing with some of their injuries and attrition. If you don't handle it well and you don't have depth, you don't make it to this game.
True.
You don't get to play on this stage. So, yeah, I again, just my gut, just speculation. Guy's a little bummed yesterday, but let's see today. Let's see if he's out and about and he's moving. And I'm not going to think gloom and doom. Just kind of not really wired that way.
Okay.
All right. So we'll get over it. You good over here? We got some technology.
Well, our
issues?
YouTube doesn't seem to be showing anything.
Oh,
It's just a
YouTube's
black
out?
screen.
Oh, come on, YouTube.
I was trying to tell Maura, but then I tried to do so. I ended up just turning off my entire computer.
That's being handled remotely, but I will try to get on that.
Remotely. All right, Maura's on.
That's how
it.
these things are done these days. So
Really?
yeah,
Everything just gets done remotely.
They got remote engineers.
Should have known.
Yes.
All right. Well, G. Scott just arrived. He probably broke the darn thing for us. So
Whoa.
we'll see what's going on. All right, Brock, let's come back. We'll give you guys everything you need to know because it's not just this Nicky Manwari injury. There's other stuff in the midst, and we want to work through all of that. And then a guest with Bump and Stacy yesterday said something that I think leads into a big conversation. Big. That, but it won't get decided until after the Super Bowl. It's next on Brock and Salk.
It's Super Bowl week.
Not super week, like super week.
Let's go!
It's going down.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, is broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco all week with Brock and Salk at 6 a.m. Bump and Stacy 10 to 2. Wyman and Bob 2 to 6 with bonus coverage 6 to 8.
Powered by WGU.
From the only station where you hear Rabel and Wyman call the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Seattle Sports.
Well, let's say you are listening this morning on this Thursday morning. You're 62 or older. You got a bunch of equity in your home and you want to pull some cash out, but a refinance or a HELOC means a bigger payment. You don't really want to go through the cost of selling your home. So what should you do? Hey, Brock Hewitt here from my friends at Tila Mortgage. You don't need to live at a lower standard than you deserve, I'll tell you that. And you really got 3 options, 3 different play calls. Number 1, sell your home. Number 2, get that HELOC or refinance. Or number 3, go get a reverse mortgage. Tila's done the analysis, and based on their game plan, well, they believe a reverse mortgage is the most cost-effective way for seniors to get cash out of their home without ever selling and having the option of no monthly mortgage payment. Too good to be true? I don't think so. Give them a call today and let's compare. Tila, spelled Tila, is a name you can trust for truthful, honest, and ethical advice for all your mortgage needs. Give them a call, 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888. Insurance and property taxes, borrower's responsibility. Tila Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker, MLS 247-2046.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend?
Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot.
This week, Seattle football fans are going big, and so are Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Score a winning drive with the same-day test drive and take home. That's right. Find your perfect Toyota and drive it home today. Their teams are ready to help you in 2 stunning showrooms, Kirkland and Renton. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Don't punt on savings. Make your big game move now at Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Visit in person or online at toyotaofkirkland.com and toyotaofrenton.com.
Did you know in Washington State, you can see a physical therapist without a referral from your doctor? That's right. Thanks to Direct Access, you can skip the wait and get the care you need right away. Shannon O'Kelly, how has Direct Access changed the game?
Direct Access for us, Brock, is a game changer. Why? Is because there is so much research and data out there that says if you get in early when you have a musculoskeletal problem or an injury, the earlier you get in and we can start care, the better outcomes and the decreased downstream cost, okay? So it's so important. Our providers are all doctors of physical therapy. They're all trained to identify situations and problems. They've got the skill, they've got the talent, they've got the knowledge. If you get in and start therapy early, we're going to get you back to activity, pain-free, and moving and having fun.
Fast, easy, effective. Direct Access is your path to better movement, starting with a single step. Visit irgpt.com to schedule your appointment today. irgpt.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Well, up first, Brock. Camp Chancellor did this 10 years ago.
Yes.
It wasn't good.
No.
Played in the game.
Was it on a Wednesday, too? It felt like maybe it was on a Wednesday.
It was either Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Now it's Nicky Manwari's turn. He goes out with an ankle. Now, Cam was a knee, and according to the pool report, he did not return. He was able to walk off the field. We saw some video of him last night. Appeared to be limping on his way from the car to the hotel, but there's just no way to know how serious this is.
Yep. Nope. Until a little more detail comes out today, obviously, and I'm going to guess maybe some treatment. You know, the fact that he went and got imaging, again, as we've said a few different times here, whatever way, if you wanted to try to spin it, Salk, and you were on one news channel and spin it doomsday, you could probably do that. You want to be on a different news channel and you want to spin it in the positive. He's not in a boot. He's not on crutches. He's walking. Like, you can kind of spin it any which way you want. It is a reminder, though, as G. Scott said to us just a second ago, it is a reminder in a split second how things in this game change, right? I mean, just how, like, one fluky play, and you got to practice. Because I'm sure there's people out there like, why are they going so hard? Why are they in pads? No, it didn't happen when they were in pads. Took the pads off. You got to practice. You got to ramp up. You got to get yourself ready to play. And, yeah, unfortunately, dinged up and to be determined. And certainly Mr. McDonald will be asked about it later.
Well, that's for sure. I think some of the good news here, though, is this team has survived so much over the course of the year and generally done so without any major problems. They are set up to win a lot of different types of football games.
Welcome it.
Oh, well, maybe a little bit. Cut 3, Mike McDonald discusses that they've gone down a lot of different roads this year.
Well, I think what's one of the special parts about our football team is, and our players, is that we've been able to win different ways and figure things out as games go. So that should give us a lot of confidence going into really any type of matchup. I think it's really that simple.
That's simple, Salky. It's a ready squad for a reason.
Well,
you know what? Ready! Ready! Like that?
No.
I put my mic down.
I know, but it's
and we don't
embarrassing.
have we don't have a full house yet.
It's embarrassing.
People are just matriculating
We're here on
their way
Radio
in.
Row. I don't need that kind of attention on us. It's just quite frankly embarrassing.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
I'm sorry you're embarrassed. First it was a sea lion. and now
I
it's a
wasn't.
thing.
I didn't mind the barking at the sea lions. Honestly, I thought that was fine. But
All
I'm a
right.
little embarrassed by the barking here on Radio Row, especially at that volume. Come on, man.
All right.
Drake May, a full participant yesterday, so he seems like he's going to be just fine. You know, the
Until
Patriots.
he gets hit. We'll see how fine he is. Gay with May. We'll see how fine he is until he gets hit, Salk.
Here's cut 7 as Drake May explains how he's feeling.
Yeah, I'm feeling great. You know, I'm so fortunate to be out here with these guys. We got a full week of practice. You know, felt good, you know, on Monday, and looking forward to get back out there today and tomorrow and Friday and having a normal week. So looking forward to that and feeling good. You know, it's Wednesday and Thursday of a game week. You know, it's the 2 most important practice days. We got to be all hands on deck. You know, fine tune the details, and we already have a game plan in, but you know, make sure we try to execute it and just fine tune what we've been working on all season, and that's bringing our identity on the road. You know, having a chance to go win the Super Bowl and play at a high level in critical situations and in little things that during the game, little things are going to matter.
He's so young, man. Every time I listen to him, he is so young.
He sounds it.
Just think about like 10 years from now. He's going to look back and, you know, I kind of joked about the non-hair gel and just kind of the real boyish look. And, I mean, he can't fake it. He's only 23 years old. But 5 years from now, 10 years from now, especially that market kind of just seasons you, and it's the
Well, that's for
Northeast,
sure. And you kind of think
Yes.
about Brady when he won that first Super
Yep.
Bowl, right? And the confetti's coming down. He's got his hands touching his head.
That's right.
I mean, he looks like a child,
Yes.
right? Certainly compared to how he looks now. A little less work done, I think, at that point than now. But
You think so?
Yeah, he also didn't have the oversized tuxedo to wear. But yeah, I mean, I think Drake May is going to be fine. I don't think that's going to end up being a storyline. I think the Nicky Manwari situation has certainly eclipsed that as being something to worry about, think about, and wonder about heading into Sunday.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
All right, little baseball news. Framber Valdez is a Tiger. Best pitcher left goes to Detroit, Brock.
Sheesh.
3 years, 115. That's 38 a year. Highest paid lefty in history. About double what they offered to Tarek Skubal. So we'll find out more on that later today on what he gets in arbitration. But, I mean, look, there are some potential pitfalls here for the Tigers, right? Valdez is an iffy dude, and I don't know how well he pitches. And, you know, what does it do to Skubal and the way that locker, all
Sure.
of it.
Yep.
But in the meantime, they got a 1-2 combo to be reckoned.
Yeah, and even 3, right? It was just a couple years ago. Remember, they got to a World Series with Chaos Ball with 1 starter. And now you go, is it Mize was the other young guy that kind of had a breakthrough this year? And obviously Skubal, and now this, and Jeepers, Creepers. So I did some math, Salk, during the last break. The Mariners' rotation as of today, they're 5.
Yep.
Combined 4. $44.7 million.
24 of which is
24 of which is Luis. So the other 20 million amongst 4 starters. Frommer makes 38.
Yeah.
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 It's a lot of coin.
Pretty remarkable.
Now he does have a background with AJ Hinch, right? They were in Houston together,
Yep.
so I'm sure that in order to sign off on that deal, with as mercurial as he can be, they had to have some of that background. But that's a lot of cheese. And today, Skubal's arbitration gets settled.
Yes. I think it got settled yesterday. We'll find out the
Find the
details
news today.
That should come out. Kraken with a nice bounce-back win. They looked really bad the other night. They looked pretty good last night. Gave up the first goal and then kind of got after it from there. They end up winning 4-2. Here is, Shane Wright had 2 of them. Here he is tying it up in cut 10.
Behind the net, Winterton steals, gets it in front. Shane Wright, what a move! He scores! Shane Wright cuts in front. The Kraken tie this game up 1-1.
Yeah, that was one of his
He's
2.
kind of gotten hot here at the end, huh?
He's got 4 goals in the last couple games.
Good.
Two against Toronto and 2 last night.
Like it.
So, yeah, there you go. Nice.
Now they're on break for 3 weeks.
Yeah, they're going to be gone. Yeah, everybody's gone. Although the women are supposed to start playing today, they had to postpone the Finland match.
What?
Yeah, there's an outbreak of norovirus, so the Finns have been postponed. That's everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here.
You know
on the
what you
Brock
don't
and
want to
Salk
be
Show.
around, ladies and gentlemen?
Norovirus.
You want to be around Media Row. You do. This kind of, I guess, starting to percolate again. You know what you
Sure.
don't want to be around? A cruise ship of norovirus.
No. I got
or an
norovirus.
Olympic den of norovirus.
Yeah, we got that in Portugal last year.
Oh,
It's awful.
No thanks.
Truly horrendous.
No. Thank you.
Yeah, it is interesting. You walk around here, and a couple things did stand out to me yesterday as we walked around. The biggest set by far, and there's a lot of nice sets. Like, we kind of walked around and saw everybody and like what they've got. Kay Adams has a really nice deal with FanDuel. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Obviously, the NFL Network stuff. We saw Jim Rome in the jungle and all that stuff.
Pat McAfee said.
No.
What?
The biggest set is Bleacher Report.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what they do. I don't know what's going on in that set. I don't know what shows they have. Do they do live programming? I don't know anything about it.
Maura,
but by far the biggest set here and the most complex.
Stop talking now, Maura. Does it ever make you just stop chuckling when Salk's like, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
But I asked a bunch of people. Maura didn't know. Like no one really knew what Bleacher Report
I told
did.
you I've cut sound from podcasts with them before with players and
the
stuff.
Hound sounds sniffing around Bleacher Report all the time, Salk.
I was pretty amazed that they had the biggest set here. That surprised me a little bit.
Yeah.
Second thing you mentioned, Pat McAfee. By far the biggest star here is Pat McAfee.
Yes.
And it's not close.
Yeah.
There were
Lyle's like, duh. And he's millions and millions of people. I mean, yes, people just lined up. Yes.
Just to get a look at his show.
Well, and it was kind of cool because his set's kind of further back, I think, because he's so popular. They have it roped off.
Yep.
But he came over to the ropes yesterday and did a Q&A with the fans and just sat there and answered questions for a long time.
Man, there were security guards and police and bomb-sniffing dogs over there. Like,
big deal.
Yeah, he definitely is a big deal. I also realized yesterday I would make a terrible producer. Not a surprise. But as Maura and I walked around, I don't recognize or notice anybody. Maura's like, oh, there's Christian McCaffrey.
He really didn't. It was insane.
She's like, oh, there's Cam Newton. Oh, there's Jamar Chase.
There's Jamar Chase.
I didn't notice any of them.
Who is
Didn't
it?
recognize
You
any
have
of them.
really bad peripheral?
I don't have any idea what Jamar Chase looks like.
He just doesn't pay attention to what these guys look like.
I don't have any idea what he looks like. I don't have any idea.
Sure. Yeah.
Like Christian McCaffrey walked by. I was like, Moore's like, oh, there's Christian McCaffrey. He's like, oh, all right. Like, it doesn't even dawn. I don't know what he looks like.
ESPN personalities. Who's Wyman and Bob talking to? I'm like, that's Mike Tannenbaum. Oh,
I don't know who that was. Like, I know who he is. If you were to tell me, hey, they're talking to Mike Tannenbaum, I'm like, oh, the guy used to be the GM of the Jets and all that.
Dolphins.
How do I know what he looks like? I don't know what Mike Tannenbaum looks like.
So just keep being you.
I don't know. It would never even dawn on me. All right. Well, one of those guests was Clinton Yates yesterday. You may or may not know who he is, but he said something, Brock, that I think is about to be very much the story, depending on what happens on Sunday. He's either going to be 100% right or 100% wrong. We'll find out. We'll discuss next on Brock and Salk.
We knew the foundation was strong.
Last year, everything was new.
But this?
We are going to the Super Bowl!
Doubters? What doubters?
We did not care. We've been playing dominant football all year.
Now, the stage is set to finish by claiming the ultimate prize. Seahawks, Patriots in Super Bowl 60. Kickoff with Steve Rabel on the call. Sunday at 3:30 on the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
Hey, Mike Salk here, and I'm going to tell you, people all over the Northwest will lose 20, 30, 40, maybe 50 pounds. They'll do it by Valentine's Day, and they'll do it by starting with Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. That's the resolution. You can do this as well. 15-minute phone calls all it takes to get started and see if you're really even interested in the program. 15 minutes, right? That's not much. I did this program. I lost 10 minutes in the first week. I lost 35 pounds after just 8 weeks, and I didn't have to fight for space in the gym. No pills, no injections, no fake food, nothing like that. All real food that you buy at the grocery store, and a great plan that's easy to follow with a lot of coaching and support and accountability as well. Do it for yourself this year. Call Eastside Weight Loss Clinic at 425-588-0080 or go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Good Dog Auto Glass.
When the stakes are high, you want the best on your team. When your windshield breaks, don't settle for your insurance company's fix that's just safe enough. Trust Good Dog Auto Glass, where the quality isn't light. We do all the things the little guys don't, and we do all the things the big guy does.
We answer the phone when you call, we work for you, and we will walk you through the insurance process. Visit GoodDogAutoGlass.com, Puget Sound's most trusted auto glass company, and get more bang for your bark.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Take the next step to becoming a Seahawks season ticket holder. Join the season ticket holder notification list to secure your spot in line. By signing up, you'll be the first to know when space becomes available on the official Blue Pride waitlist. Plus, receive team news, special ticket offers, and more. Visit Seahawks.com/season tickets to sign up today.
Trust is everything. Earning it takes years. Losing it takes 5 seconds.
Lee Johnson Auto Family.
This is Chris Davis with the Davis Law Group. Did you know that a pedestrian does not have to be crossing the street on a marked crosswalk to have a successful legal claim against the driver? Pedestrians can even be partially at fault for a collision and still have a valuable claim. Call us today for a free consultation or get my free book on pedestrian accident law at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com. That's Davis Law Group, better service and even better results.
Seahawks are going back to the Super Bowl.
Home of the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60. Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Here's what you can look forward to when you get your windows replaced. The whole house being way warmer and a lot quieter. Dave Wyman here, and when we had finally had it with our old windows with broken seals, we called Harley Exteriors. They were incredibly friendly, professional, and absolutely knew their stuff. Harley Exteriors windows are a massive upgrade. They keep heat in and noise out. Plus, they're truly gorgeous windows. I said, you guys must use a different type of glass. And sure enough, it's their Olympic Series, which is manufactured here in the Pacific Northwest and exclusive to Harley Exteriors. Harley Exteriors has a special offer for Seattle sports fans. Buy one window and get the second 40% off. No payments or interest until 2027, and take an additional $200 off your project. Call 833-HARLEY or go to harleyexteriors.com. Schedule your free consultation today. That's harleyexteriors.com.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my buddy, Dr. Daniel Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. The stem cell therapy you did on my knee was a game changer. But Dr. Dan, people ask me all the time if you're seeing the same kind of success treating neck and back pain with stem cell therapy.
Great question, Brock. As you know from your experience, we've had tremendous success treating major joints like hips, knees, and shoulders, but we've also seen excellent results treating neck and lower back pain. In fact, we're the only clinic in the Seattle area offering image-guided stem cell and PRP injection therapy specifically for neck and low back pain.
How cool is that? If joint, neck, or back pain is holding you back, call Dr. Daniel Nelson at Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine and find out if stem cell therapy may be right for you. Dr. Dan here is the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. Call Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's 425-823-4000 or danielnelsonmd.com.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60.
Powered through the Quantum Fiber studio.
On Seattle Sports on 710. The Seattle Sports app and live on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Here are your hosts, Brock Hewitt and Mike Salk.
All right, I'm told our video feed is back up and running now, so hopefully you guys can.
Trevor's
Oh, yeah, it
here.
is. I see it. It's working. I see myself. I look
I
great.
tried to log in with the wrong password too many times and locked us out, and Trevor came and saved the day. I
Cool.
know,
All right.
I
It doesn't. Well, it doesn't seem to be facing. I mean, it's facing over there. But other than that, I think we're good. One's on me here. Let me see if I am I allowed to touch this?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Let Trevor do it, dude.
No. Well, Trevor's doing it. Okay, hold on. Sorry.
He'll do it remotely.
Okay. There
I
we
told
go.
you, robots today
Huh?
and I handle all of this. Haven't you seen the billboards?
Robots? I see the AI billboards everywhere, man. It's terrifying down
Brock,
here.
don't get him started on
No,
AI.
no.
You aren't there at 6 a.m. We've done whole opening segments on Brock's fear or Salk's fears about AI.
Yes.
Maura, you know what
Oh my God.
what I realized, and we'll pay off your tease in
And
one
the
second.
people don't like being scared this early.
Maura, we could really, really screw with Salk. Because he truly does not know. I was just chatting with Jeff Schwartz, Doug Farrar. Like, we could truly be like, oh, yeah, this is Peter Schrager, Salk. Or who, and he'd be like,
he's
oh, hey,
not
great to
lying.
meet you, Peter. Yeah, nice to see you.
You know those people that say they never forget a face? That's not Salk.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
I don't watch any of these things, though.
Yeah, no, it's great. No, we know, Salk. You know,
I don't watch any.
Well,
Would you be able to pick Jacob Melanson out of a crowd?
Yeah. Well, he's missing his bottom teeth. Like, I mean, he'd be pretty
So are
easy
a
to
lot of
notice.
hockey players.
Oh, pick him out of a crowd of hockey players? Oh, that might be hard.
Okay.
I could pick him out of a crowd here.
If he came walking in, would you see Jacob? Hey!
I think I would notice. Well, I would notice the hockey players all have
Brock
their
and
own
I would
bills.
not.
No, it's true.
All right. Well, I watch hockey. I don't watch NFL Network at night. I don't watch
Yeah.
any of that stuff.
Okay.
All right. Well, Clinton
Oh,
Yates.
there's Kaylee Hartung. You want me to bring Kaylee over here?
That's not true. You're lying to me. That I know. I know at least one
We could
characteristic about Kaylee
We could do a
Hartung.
whole segment with a fake guest, and Salk would have no idea.
It would be so easy to do. I would have no clue. I really wouldn't have any idea.
I think we got to figure.
I don't know what anybody looks like.
Yeah,
Especially
there's
out of
Christian
out of context.
Yes.
Like Christian McCaffrey, I knew once, and Jamar Chase,
Right.
Cam Newton, like all those people. Once you pointed them out, I was like, oh yeah, that is who that is. Jeff Schwartz. Like, oh yeah, that's Jeff Schwartz.
Derrick Henry was doing an interview, and he was like, who's that? Dude, and you talk about how much you love him.
I do.
I could drop 50 big, fat, white lineman names. Like, oh, there's so-and-so. You'd be like, great, let's bring him
Wanna bring him
over.
on? Yeah. I love Derrick Henry. Let's have him on. I didn't know that's what he looked like in person. Like I know what he looks like when he's
All right.
wearing his uniform
Get your teeth.
and he's stiff-arming people, but not while he's talking to Kay Adams. Like I don't know what he looks like then.
Get to your tees, please.
All right.
Some great sound yesterday.
Well, it is really good sound. It is interesting at the very least, and it's going to take a little bit to set up here. But
Okay.
this is Clinton Yates.
Oh, there's Maria Shriver.
Would you stop it? This is what is wrong with you? This is Clinton Yates, who was on. He's an ESPN radio host. He was on yesterday with Bump and Stacy, and he said something about Sam Darnold and the effect he will have on the industry. Lyle, can you play me the Clinton Yates, please?
Lazy owners and GMs fell in love with a certain formula, and it took them too long to get out of it. It's sort of like when a certain car style is famous for a really long time and people can't move on and say, you know what, I don't want a car that looks like that anymore. Meaning, we had about a 10 to 12 year span where this really was the model. Oh, get a guy out of college, he's going to be your guy for 5 years because he's already that good. He's come in and he's been whatever. Now, Brady doesn't fit into that mold, but you think about some of these guys that won and you're like, oh, man, everybody was just trying to hit on the quarterback when you thought, you have to coach this position, right?
Yeah.
You have to actually build around it, and you have to make sure that this person can continue to get better. You're not just trying to find the car off the lot that's automatically going to impress everybody. I think that's what happened, and people fell in love with this idea that you got to find your franchise quarterback or else you're screwed, when in reality, you don't necessarily need your quarterback to be your best player, but you do need him to be your most important player.
So the idea being that, quarterback, looking for a quarterback maybe in the draft and how all of that functions will change if Sam Darnold ends up winning the Super Bowl. I think that there is an element of this that's very true. Now, if he doesn't win the Super Bowl, we'll get back to that here in a moment. But if he does, I think it fits with kind of a larger change and evolution in the thought process around the position of guys that can evolve. With Geno Smith, right? That would be on the positive side. Does that mean there's a possibility for Tua? I mean, the concussions is kind of a side note to that one. But Malik Willis, Will Levis, some of these guys that showed up in bad situations and weren't able to overcome them, does that mean they're not good?
Right.
I mean, I think that Sam Darnold and potentially Geno and some of these other guys have the opportunity to show that that story is one way to look at it, but not the only one.
It's pretty fascinating, Saul, because we were chatting about this last night and in bed, by the way.
Yeah.
You in your double bed and me in my very small double bed. And you're like, this is pretty intriguing. You kind of walk through it a little bit. It's pretty remarkable that if John Schneider walked in here or John Schneider held court like Pat McAfee
I would totally
for 2
recognize
hours,
John Schneider if he walked in.
you might, I would hope so, after all these years. But I don't think you would look at John Schneider or listen to him and say, ooh, That's the innovator. Ooh, that's the outside the box. Ooh, that's the guy at the tip of the spear of like the growth cycle and the evolution. Like he's the most, down to earth, pretty humble guy. He just doesn't carry himself in that kind of air. Like I'm smarter than everybody else. But think about that sound and think about what he did starting with Russell. Oh man, you can't get rid of Russell. Do you remember the traditional? Are you kidding me? You can't trade a franchise quarterback. Nobody trades a franchise quarterback. Well, no, he's going to trade him. And then, to go to Geno Smith. Oh, you guys are going to be terrible. You can't go Geno Smith. He's horrible. He's comeback player of the year. Sam Darnold, 5 wins. Oh, they're going to finish last, Chris Sims, in the division. Over and over again. And yet it was really John's, I don't know if you'd call it innovation. I don't know if you call it gut. I don't know if you call it instinct. I don't know if it's any or all of those things combined. But, yeah, he's kind of tip of the spear where others can now look at it and go, huh. Yeah, maybe I don't just have to do it the way everybody else does it.
Which is always the way to win in almost all sports.
Yes.
Figure out who you are, what your advantages are, what your disadvantages are, do a SWOT analysis, and then figure out how you have opportunities to go and
Traditional wisdom would have never gotten rid of Russell Wilson.
That's right.
Wouldn't have done it.
That's right.
But then guess what? You'd have been stuck at 8, 9 wins. You'd be the Pittsburgh Steelers. We don't have any draft capital. We're paying this quarterback all this money. You're just kind of stuck.
Yeah.
And instead, we pivot. We add a bunch of salary cap relief. We get a bunch of first-round picks, and, we change the team, change the dynamic. And so many teams are unwilling to do that. So many general managers are unwilling to do that. If I do that, I'm going to lose my job. If I'm wrong, I may not get a GM job again. Let me just do it kind of the traditional way.
Now, if Drake May wins the Super Bowl, it's going to be a very different conversation, right? Because then that fits into a totally different narrative of
got to take him top
you just
5.
got to get the quarterback.
Got to have the QB.
Right? If you got your Josh Allen, if you got your Patrick Mahomes, if you've got your Drake May, that's really the only way to win. You
and the
gotta
numbers,
wait
by the way.
and get to the bottom, and you got to get one of those guys, and they should do it right away. Drake May's going to do it in year 2. Right? And Patrick Mahomes did it as soon as he started playing. No, if you've got the right guy, they're going to show it to you very quickly. And you might get good with a Sam Darnold or a Geno Smith or a Tua or Malik Willis or whatever, but you're not going to win a Super Bowl with them, right?
That's right.
I mean, the conversation and narrative around it, I think, changes entirely based on who wins.
And the data tells you, and the overwhelming data, and it still is overwhelming data, even into the championship round, you got to have the first-round quarterback. Caleb Williams was the first pick in the draft. Matthew Stafford was the first pick in the draft.
Oh, I don't think that's ever going to change.
Sam Darnold was the third pick in the draft. Drake May is the third pick in the draft.
He's not saying that you're not going to draft quarterbacks in the top 5 and that those guys aren't going to be, your saviors. They are. The question is how quickly do they need to get that done, and how important is the development of the position rather than just expecting a fully formed product when it shows up on your doorstep.
Will you have a little more patience? Will you try to develop them over the long term? I did run into a few old QBs yesterday, which was kind of fun. And Roman Gabriel, from the Wayback Machine, he was even talking about that, and rooting for Sam. I'm so rooting for Sam. And I think there's a lot of old quarterbacks. I'm just so rooting for him, not just because he's a great guy, not just because it's a great redemption story, but it just shows that the QB is a dependent position on fit, on people, on personnel, on scheme, on all of those things that you are. That there's very few Josh Allens, truly. Josh could float into any team, I think, in the league. Very few Matt Staffords that could largely float into any team in the league and elevate. And very few of those guys, Salk. There's a lot more Sam Darnolds. And to his point yesterday, calmness point, if he does make this work and he does get to lift that Lombardi trophy, there will be people saying, yeah, that fit is so critical and key.
Seahawks have been to the Super Bowl 4 times.
4 times.
Really, but let's call it 3. Let's put 13 and 14 together as sort of one team, just for the sake of this conversation. That 13 team was largely built with Russ before Russ got there, kind of as he got there. It's not like he was asked to come in to a
No, the story was it was built,
team.
And you just needed the QB.
Right.
You had the defense, and you had the run game, and
by 13, he had developed into it.
Yeah.
Hasselbeck in 2005.
So traded for in 2001 and took some time and took some lumps, and Dilfer started a year and, kind of a windy road. But by 04, really in 04, the second half
But
was
they didn't ask Matt to come in and be a savior right away and all of that.
No, they traded first rounder for him and paid him. And there was an expectation.
Fair.
You've been incubated there with Brett Favre for 3 years. You're going to come here and clearly be our starter and be our one, and he would tell you, a bit overwhelmed by that.
Yeah. And then Sam obviously, comes into a team that's not quite fully formed, but real close, won 10 games last year, and really, other than a couple of additions, was really where it wanted to be. So, there is that argument of, do you need to get the quarterback and then build around him, or do you need to build and then get the quarterback?
Yep.
The problem with building after or before you get the quarterback is then where are you going to get the quarterback? Because it becomes really hard to get into the top 10, 15 in the draft. So do we start to see, if Sam wins on Sunday, do we start to see more like, hey, let's build the team and then get Malik Willis and hope it works out?
Yes, I think that's the bigger picture. And I think that's what he was referring to a degree. Yeah. That a year ago, Philadelphia built up their team, Salk. They took Jalen Hurts in the middle of the second round, right? They didn't take him in the top 10 and he's our guy and he's our friend. Like, no, we're going to build the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be so elite on both sides of the ball, and then we will bring and see,
And that was easy for them to do, having won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles.
Yes, that's right. So, yeah, it can be done, and there can be all sorts of narratives and all sorts of ways you want to spin the story, even after, right? Even kind of after the fact of victory. Oh yeah, you needed Russell. Well, we didn't need Russell. Well, you kind of needed Russell. Kind of needed Russell to be the playmaker he was there in 12 and 13.
Regardless, everyone's going to have eyes on Sam Darnold for sure, and whoever wins this game, it will change the way they view things. I think.
And I think there will be a rooting interest, don't you think? From like the national side, like.
So here's Kevin Nagandi yesterday, cut 12. He was on with Bump and Stacy, SportsCenter anchor, and actually somebody we're both friendly with, awesome guy who was we got a chance to catch up with a little yesterday.
Did you recognize him?
Yes, Nagandi I recognized.
You didn't call him Adam Amin.
I did not. Right. Don't even joke about that. That did not happen. How dare you? I would never do something like that. No, here's Kevin on the player he's most interested in watching.
I kind of want to see how Sam Darnold's going to handle the moment, right? He's coming off the best game of his career. And when you look at Milton Williams and Barmore in the middle, especially with the guards that the Seahawks have, the type of pressure that is going to be applied on him is going to be very high. How does he handle that, especially in the first quarter? If he just plays decent football and doesn't turn the ball over and then gets comfortable, I think then it changes how the rest of the game will play out.
Mm-hmm. And the thing about Sam, too, is he's a little bit like Damon Heward was. You didn't get to watch Damon play high school basketball, Salk.
Sadly, no.
But if you did, you saw the state's leading scorer, 26 points a game. He could really score. But you could also see his emotions right on his sleeve. You could also see if he wasn't getting calls or whatever. He kind of wore that out. With Sam as a player, you see it in his feet. You see it in his body language, right? We always, that whole line about listening to his feet. Like, he's one that if you speed him up, I think that's what DJ said about Justin Herbert. It's what the Patriots did to him, sped him up. Mm-hmm. And he's a really talented player, but just sped him up and could never slow him down. I promise you, today, tomorrow, leading into Sunday, Vrabel's side, let's speed Sam up. Speed him up, because the Rams didn't, 49ers didn't, Carolina really didn't. Some other teams did earlier this year. Try to speed him up.
It's a little easier said than done.
Yes, it is.
To get that done. All right, let's do some Blue 88.
This is Brock and Salk's Blue 88, powered by Xfinity.
We're going to go red, right, tight, close, sprint left, G, U corner, halfback, flat, on one. Ready?
Brock Ewart tackles 3 football questions as only he can.
Blue 88.
Now here's your hosts, Brock Ewart and Mike Salk.
All right, it's been about a 15-year run here by John Schneider and the rest of his Seahawks crew, Brock. Can you put into perspective how good they've been?
I can, Mr. Salky. I saw a number yesterday. In fact, I'll pull this up. I'll give Zach Cruz a little credit on Twitter over there at Zach Cruz 2. So since 2011, top 4 teams in the NFL in wins and Super Bowl appearances. Pretty good list to be on. Number 1, New England with 158, tied with the Chiefs, 158. Green Bay, 155. And number 4, the Seattle Seahawks, 154 wins. Green Bay in that time, 0 Super Bowl appearances. This will be the Seahawks' 3rd Super Bowl appearance. Obviously, the Chiefs, Patriots with 6. A little different era. We talk about Brandt. We talk about Blue Bloods. We've gotten great debates, Salk, about where my beloved university that I'm an alum of sits in the pantheon of college football teams. And are they top 25, top 20, top 15? I think it's really clear over these 10, 11, 12 years here, this is top 5 brand in the NFL. This is going to be, Chris Collinsworth and Mike Tirico go to the air Sunday. This isn't some little underdog story. Oh, I don't know. No, this is a team that's won a whole lot of games. In fact, the 4th most games over the last 11 years in all the NFL. That is a testament to what John, Jody, the Seahawks, and this culture have really built.
All right, question number 2. So if Eamon can't play,
yes,
and I'm, obviously that we have no idea yet where this is going, and the assumption I think right now would be that he's able to go. But let's say he can't go. What's the plan?
Yeah, I think you move Spoon inside. So when Cam tweaked that knee midweek of that Super Bowl, it was very impactful, Salk, because I don't remember a ready squad. I don't remember the level of depth and all the other pieces. And obviously when Jeremy Lane went down in that game as well, now you're talking about, oh my gosh, it was truly a walking wounded. I think this is a different situation. A, they've already played this multiple games earlier this year in this scenario. B, Spoon is super comfortable playing inside, unbelievably fast, and in some ways maybe even a better blitzer to get to Drake May than even Eamon is at this stage of his career. So he would obviously go to nickel, and then it would put Job and Woolen out there on an everyday basis instead of splitting snaps and splitting reps based on personnel and
so
the other side.
You don't think you would use some Ty Okada and some different
You could
spots?
certainly use some of that. You'd have that dime package available and the different, pieces that they could move around.
But can Spoon do all the things that he does on the edge and all of that? I mean, it feels like that's a pretty different.
Not necessarily. Obviously, not with the size. He does it with a whole bunch of quickness. Yeah, it would be more of a challenge. Certainly, the Patriots would say, "Oh, okay, you gonna play nickel the whole time? That guy's gonna stop the run the way that Eamon does when he plays big nickel. Okay, let's test that. Let's see that." But again, I think this is, if we were to go back a decade, and that injury came and we kind of looked at the depth, I think it was a different conversation than this one. They've dealt with this before. They've got a lot of personnel that's played a whole bunch of snaps. It would suck because Eamon is a space eater, but it would be more than survivable. It would not be a, oh gosh, what are we going to do? Yeah. Oh, we got no answers. We got no plan.
I mean, that's just the way they set up
not
this
the way
team.
they're wired.
They're just really set up to deal with almost anything. Let's get to question 3. A quick note on the Huskies, Brock. You mentioned this to me last night. Damon Williams speaking with the media for the first time since his big debacle.
Yeah.
What'd you take away from that?
Yeah, it's got to be more. So this was signing day. So we didn't even play the fax machine yesterday.
Sorry.
Dude, what are we doing?
Yeah, well.
Seriously.
We're kind of busy.
I mean, we're a media row. Can't we play the fax machine?
No, we don't have time for that, no.
Yeah, believe it or not. It was signing day. You didn't know that? Maura.
But we have to play a fax machine?
Yeah.
Isn't that a little outdated?
They still fax.
They used it well after the amount
You
of...
can just DocuSign things now.
Yeah. I mean, this is going into... like years past when you should be using a fax machine for anything.
The only time
that
you
was
heard
the
that.
only way that you could, commit. Through fax.
Brian Bosworth over there, by the way, 44 in Jersey. Should we get him on the show?
I don't see that.
Speaking of Damon, got to be more. At some point, there's got to be more of a reckoning. This cannot be, to me, something you just kind of... Yesterday was another kind of brushed under the carpet. There were 6 guys at the podium. One of them a running back, a great running back. That was at Lake Stevens at Oregon. It's transferred up here. A couple in-state at the top 4 and 5-star guys. Damon, Jed. So it was just kind of a whole... It was almost like a whole presser, Salk, with like 6 guys up there.
That's not enough?
That's not... come on. It was about 55 seconds with 4 answers. Like, at some point... Chris Egan or somebody's got to do a sit down and be like, hey man, talk to me here. Talk to the Husky fans. Talk to the donor. Yeah, just talk to us. Just kind of so people can come to grips, and some will never forgive you. Some will much more easily forgive you. It's a forgiving society. But when you just kind of brush it all under the rug and it's 45 seconds with 4 answers, I don't think that satisfies a lot of the Husky blood.
Does he care?
Maybe he doesn't care.
I don't know that he cares. He's going to be here for a year and then he wants to leave.
Maybe he doesn't
care. Does he care if he satisfies the Husky fans?
I think in the long run, it's always good to...
I mean, I think it does. I'm not saying that I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
But for him, does he care?
I don't know. I think when you're a quarterback and you're kind of want to be a franchise quarterback as well down the road and you fancy yourself as that guy, like, I think the more you can do to build bridges...
If he's a, 20-year-old kid?
I think he's about
I'd be
20.
curious if somebody is able to convince him of that.
Oh, he's got great family structure. There's great people around
I don't know.
him.
It sure seemed like he got some pretty bad advice a couple months ago.
He got some real bad advice.
He said himself yesterday that he took some bad advice.
Yep, he got some real bad advice.
I hope he's figured out better people to take advice from. That is everything you need to know.
Did you see Bosworth in the
today's
Oklahoma
Blue
44
88.
jersey?
I did not.
No?
Okay. Is he around?
Gosh, if we had more time, Maura, maybe.
Yeah, but now your quest to make him think that people are other people is a little awkward because you said that about a guy that's standing over there, and we all turned and looked, and he looked right back at us.
Don't worry about it.
That's fine.
Brock's also asking me questions about people that I clearly there's not a line of sight
you
between me and them.
Couldn't see Bosworth?
No, do you see can you triangulate what I can see and what I can't? There's a huge barrier in the way between me and whatever you're talking about.
I'm gonna write down a list of 100 different names of linemen.
Play bingo here and see if I could find any of them walking around. The answer is no, I would not. Brian Baldinger is going to join us here in a moment. We walked by him yesterday. I didn't have a clue who it was.
You know who Baldy is. Yes, stop it. His finger, Salk, his pinky.
I didn't see his finger. I just saw him.
Perpendicular, Salk.
Oh, my gosh. He's going to be with us next. It's Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports on 710 and SeattleSports.com. Your home for the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
This is what it's all about, right?
We are going to the Super Bowl!
The pure joy.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Super Bowl, baby, let's go!
And Sunday, when history is written in Super Bowl 60, isn't there only one voice you want to hear tell the story?
A one-hander, JSN!
Wherever you are on Sunday, listen to Steve Rabel call the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, live and free on the Seattle Sports app.
Hey, it's Mike Salk here, and I don't know if you know yet what you're looking to do for the big game this weekend, but let me recommend Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. That's right. It's such a great place to watch any sporting event. 66 televisions. That's right. You can do it indoors, outdoors, and all the fun stuff that comes from watching at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Why don't you book a room right now? Go to snocasino.com. Seattle's closest is Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
New siding doesn't have to break the bank. We offer affordable options that add value and protection to your home. This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. And while we're at it, ask about our roofing, windows, decking, and gutter services for even more savings. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free siding inspection. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
State Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Bob Stelton here, and if you've had LASIK or EVO ICL to get out of those glasses and contacts, you know how freeing it was. I had LASIK, but when I got older, I started to need reading glasses to see my phone or a restaurant menu. That's when I went to K2 Vision for refractive lens exchange, and it was a game changer. If you'd like to rid yourself from all glasses, including readers and bifocals, learn about K2 Vision RLE at their free live webinar today at noon. It's a perfect opportunity to meet Doctors Kopstein and King and have them answer your questions about K2 Vision RLE, like how is RLE different from LASIK and EVO ICL? Why won't I get cataracts after RLE? How does the light adjustable lens work? And lots more. The light adjustable lens is the premier technology for those who have had LASIK and now want to get rid of reading glasses. Plus, never get a cataract. K2 Vision has done more light adjustable lens procedures than anybody else in the country. Join the free live webinar today at noon. Register at K2VisionRLE.com. K2VisionRLE.com.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
This week, Seattle football fans are going big, and so are Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Score a winning drive with the same-day test drive and take home. That's right. Find your perfect Toyota and drive it home today. Their teams are ready to help you in 2 stunning showrooms, Kirkland and Renton. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Don't punt on savings. Make your big game move now at Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Visit in person or online at toyotaofkirkland.com and toyotaofrenton.com.
O'Brien. At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included in every tire we sell. It's more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's all about you getting more from less. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Jewelry Graham. Hi, I'm Brian, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. We have just the right gift for your sweetheart this Valentine's Day. Any style, any budget. Like heart-shaped necklaces, birthstones, or hand-matched diamond studs. Getting engaged? Create a dream ring and choose from natural and lab-grown diamonds in all shapes and sizes. Come see us in store or at shaneco.com because a friend wants you to win Valentine's Day. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
P&D Tree Service, experts in local tree removal. Their team works fast to remove problem trees in your yard and neighborhood. Have you ever seen a tree removed by a crane? P&D Tree Services specializes in close-quarter tree removal to minimize impact on your landscaping. 24-hour emergency service. Any job, big or small. Safe, efficient, and fast. P&D Tree Service turns multi-day jobs into a few hours, saving you time and money. Enjoy a clean, safe, and bright yard. PNDTreeService.com.
3 more days until Super Bowl 60.
And this is the only place you'll hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks and Patriots in the Super Bowl. KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. This is Brock and Salk.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco. Powered through the Quantum Fiber studio.
Ahead of Super Bowl 60 between the Patriots and Seahawks on Seattle Sports.
Now, here are your hosts, Brock Eward and Mike Salk.
Who is it?
Oh my. Stop.
What?
I'm seriously going to call Heather. I have Heather's number. I'm going to call Heather after the show. Be like, I'm for real worried about your husband.
Who is it?
You don't know who that is at the thread set?
No.
Oh, my gosh. G. Am I wrong on this one? Like, he is one of the most recognizable by look, by body. Like, it's not Lawrence Taylor and it's not Mike Tyson, but he might be kind of like on that list that the general sports fan be like, oh, yeah. And he made a really famous play in his freaking Super Bowl. Knock it off.
He's always showing his workouts all over social media.
We talk about him on the show. Stop. You're kind of, if this is a game or not a game, you're scaring me.
No, let's do this.
G Scott, by the way, sitting in for Brian Baldinger.
Let's just make it was a game.
His finger got caught in the door.
You do your job. You get Brian Baldinger on the show, and I'll do my job.
Okay.
Don't you worry about me.
Yeah. So that's James Harrison.
Oh, okay.
Jeez Louise.
All right. Now that you say that.
Oh, thanks.
That makes
great.
sense.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think, all right. That is James Harrison. You're right.
Hey, man, so what's the deal? You guys brought me on because
Brian Baldinger canceled.
Yeah, so you're like, hey, G, just come fill in.
Oh, McCaffrey's right over there, too. There's
Christian McCaffrey right there.
You know I saw him yesterday. That is Christian McCaffrey. Yeah. I already forgot that's what he looked like.
Way to go.
No, G, you know how it is. We're trying to be the first show in the history of Media Row not to have any guests from
Stop
here.
it.
Does that matter to the Brock and Salk listeners?
No. I don't know. We're a day and a half into this. We haven't even sniffed having a guest on the show.
I don't think that matters to your listeners.
Okay.
I think they just, as long as they got you two, the fact that you guys are down here in the Bay,
you've been
covering
talking
for the
to
big
everyone,
game.
man. You've been walking around and talk. G is like, this gives G life.
It does.
This is energy for G in a way that is.
You know what it reminds me of? Door-to-door sales.
Yeah.
That's all this is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is door-to-door sales.
Salk could be good at that.
That'd be great.
And I know somebody's listening right now, and somebody's going to say, watch. G's going to turn this into some type of relationship analogy or somehow.
Of course he
Okay,
is.
well, since you're waiting for it, it's no different than being in Cafe Arizona. Being at HD Hotspurs, right? You're in the club and you're going here to here to here to here to here, right? That's all this is Radio Row. You go talk to people. There's a lot of times folks scared to talk to folks, right?
Sure.
And some folks are socially awkward. They don't know how to approach the people. Like,
Hey, excuse me, sir, ma'am, can.
So it happens like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's up, man? What's going down?
Well, what do
you look stressed, bro.
Well, the Nicky Memori thing's a little stressful. What do you think? What do we make of this, Joe?
Well, first thing I thought was deja vu.
Right.
11 years ago, it literally happened. I need to find out, was it on a Wednesday or a Thursday, with Cam Chancellor having that knee injury, right? And we know how that game played out. We know that the Seahawks on defense, especially in the second half when Jay Lane went down, they were kind of a little sketchy. Then I think, didn't Cliff Averill have the concussion a little bit? So they kind of went down a little bit in that second half. Here's why I'm not nervous. I'm going to give some calm here. This Seahawks defense is very deep. This Seahawks defense has faced adversity this season. We've seen them without Julian Love. We've seen them without Spoon. We've gone through times in this season where they lost a player for a game or two. Ernest Jones IV was out. But they
Kobe
keep
Bryant
going.
missed games. Nicky Memori missed games.
But why is that? Now, I think the difference, and again, I don't want to compare this dark side, this defense, with the LOB, but when you are talking about a defense, this defense is well-rounded schematically. Like, they really, like, you just plug and play. Like, and I don't know, if there wasn't a Nick Memori, I think the Seahawks team is prepared. Now, stopping the run, I don't think anybody can set an edge, stop the run like Nick. I mean, he's unbelievable. But as a team, can they get it done? Yes, still. But the news wasn't favorable to hear yesterday.
No
doubt. I mean, no doubt about it.
That's one of the, like, you can talk through all the ways that it could be okay.
Yeah.
But, like, you're in the Super Bowl. You want to be firing on all cylinders.
It's like your wife being in Vegas, and she's supposed to come back on Sunday, and she hits you with a text and says, "Hey, I'll be back Monday."
Wait, what?
You know, I mean,
wait, what now?
It's not over, but you don't like the news.
No.
You know what I mean? It's not over.
You see Trevor's face when G started with the word "like." He starts with his analogy right away.
The eyes start to roll.
Oh boy,
they roll all the way back into the headline.
I mean, I don't. Why would Trevor be annoyed?
Okay, G, what was the vibe in the building? Because you finished your show up. You're doing your show right here.
Yeah.
And then you were a man of the people because you're energized by going around everywhere. So what was the vibe, the overall vibe, matchup, Seahawks, Patriots?
You know, yesterday, for some reason, I started to get a lot of the Patriots, right? Rob Parker. You guys know Rob Parker. He likes to always.
I saw that interview.
Yeah.
How old did he look, by the way? Dang.
I like Rob Parker.
Why?
Salk and I were looking at that video. It's like, that's Rob Parker?
Bro, can I ask you a question, bro? I've been knowing you and we come a long way.
We've come a long way.
Bro,
that's an F1 driver right there.
How come you always judging folks on their physical appearance?
He just looks really old.
I'm just saying, though.
You just said Salk looks stressed. So it's the same thing.
No, it isn't.
No, it's not.
No, it isn't. Stop it. It's not the same thing.
But Brock,
that's F1 driver.
Would you be quiet?
Brock, are you fascinated with folks' appearances and bodies?
Sometimes, sure. I'm a scout. Gee, I got a scouting nature in my background.
I mean, that can.
You don't.
You check.
Oh, sure.
No, you don't.
Yes.
No, you don't.
I watch tape, Salk. I evaluate.
You've never been a scout. Daniel Jeremiah is a scout.
Salk, I got to look at bodies.
Quarterback. You're not a scout.
I got to see movement skills.
You like scouts. You think they're cool.
I got to see ankle flexion.
But you're not actually a scout.
Christian McCaffrey over there. Do I look at his gluteus? Yes.
Yeah, I know you do, but it's not because you used to be a scout.
Anywho, the vibe was more Patriots yesterday.
It was a lot of Patriots yesterday.
Was it really?
And here's some of the reasoning behind that. Everyone keeps talking about how the Seahawks, yes, on paper they're better, but they believe that that's not how sports works. And so sometimes it goes the opposite of what it says on paper.
Yeah.
And nobody can come up with a specific reason as to why they think the Patriots.
Right.
It's just because you know it's not true, right? You know that the Patriots are just not the team that the Seahawks are. They're not built that way. And look, shout out to them. They weren't in the playoffs last year.
They find ways to win.
They find ways to win. They got some decent run
think
game.
the argument in favor of the Patriots has essentially been this. If these two teams played 10 times, the Seahawks probably win 8 of them.
Fair.
Right? My personal feeling, and this is with Nicky Memori, but the Seahawks blow them out 5 times, they win 3 times, and the other 2 times the Patriots win.
That's fair.
The argument in favor of the Patriots is Sunday could be one of the 2 times.
That's so funny you bring that up. Because
I mean, like, that's the argument.
That's very fair.
First Super Bowl in 05, I went into that game. Were you around the Seahawks in 05?
Yeah.
I was in Detroit. It was beautiful. And I remember going into the game thinking, look at that, man. Joey Porter, all these dudes. Like, Seahawks played 10 times. I think I may even say that in pregame. Like, hey, we play 10 times. We may only win 2 of them.
Yep.
But then I left that building that day. I was like, oh, man, the Seahawks are right there with that team. That was not a team that was that much better. And that would be, I think, the Patriots' mindset. Like, okay, fine, you top 10 players, Colin Cowherd, give the Seahawks 7 of them. Okay, Daniel Jeremiah, top 20 players, give the Seahawks 17 of them. That's fine. We'll play one game, and in that one game, we found a way, like we have all year, to win 17 of these suckers already.
Before I leave, I will say one of the things that everyone points to, and for some reason, I don't know what Sam Darnold has to do, right? And there's a lot of people, I don't know about Sam Darnold.
Ronald McDonald?
That was disrespectful to Rob Parker. That was very disrespectful.
It made me mad right there.
Go out there and put on a stinker, he said.
Right.
He used stinker.
Come on, Rob.
But I just 14 regular season wins, 2 seasons in a row, right? And people are still saying, I don't know about Sam Darnold. And before I go, you know what it's like?
Here you go, Trevor.
You know what it's like? It's like that husband who has the mother-in-law, and the mother-in-law don't like him, even though he's done everything right.
That's right.
He got her living in a nice house.
He's providing, he's serving,
everything,
he's loving.
And the mother-in-law, I just don't know about him. What you mean, Esther? You know what I'm saying? Esther always tripping.
That's a good comp. I like that comp, G. It would be, I think, let's add to it a little bit. Because the mother-in-law's got a little history with the son-in-law. She knows how he used to be. She knows what he was like in his teenage years, in his 20s.
Okay.
She knows that there have been a couple other girls that have fallen for this before.
Okay.
And so she's a little worried that this is an act.
Okay.
What I think she needs to understand, though, is that in the last couple of months, in his case, maybe the last couple of years, had a baby, has been taking care of the kids, paying for private school, all that stuff. Because once Sam did it for 2 games in the playoffs, it's got to put away a lot of that conversation. We got to go. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for coming on. G. Scott's here with the reset. He's doing his thing. We are here thanks to all of our coverage this week, brought to you by WGU. We'll come right back with everything you need to know, and maybe we'll get a guest from Radio Row. I don't know. I don't want to go crazy. It's all coming up. Don't go anywhere. It's Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports on 710.
It's Super Bowl week.
Not super week, like super week.
Let's go!
It's going down.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, is broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco all week with Brock and Salk at 6 a.m. Bump and Stacy 10 to 2. Wyman and Bob 2 to 6 with bonus coverage 6 to 8.
Powered by WGU.
From the only station where you hear Rabel and Wyman call the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Seattle Sports.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 3/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
It took us 93 years to build this reputation, but it'll take just 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently.
Lee Johnson Auto Family.
Well, it's February, and we are a month into the new year. How are those resolutions doing in your fitness goals? Are you already tired of the crowded gyms and the sweaty machines, or maybe you're ready to upgrade your fitness equipment at home? Well, I got the place and some deals for you. Hey, Brock Hewitt here for my friends over at Top Fitness, and right now, trade in your old treadmill and you're going to get a $500 credit to use for Precor, True, or Inspire treadmills. Top Fitness sells the best quality products available. Brands like Precor, True, Octane, Inspire, Stairmaster, and more. It's training days at Top Fitness, and it's not too late to get in the best shape of the year. They got the largest selection of home fitness equipment in the state, and their staff will show you why it's no secret why everybody from personal trainers to pro athletes love their stuff. Got locations in Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or you can visit topfitness.com for more info. That's Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Good Dog Auto Glass. When your windshield breaks, the national brands say their fix is safe, but the quality is light. Instead, trust Good Dog Auto Glass for the best in quality auto glass.
Don't let the insurance company bully you. When you call, we answer the phone. Visit us online and get more bang for your buck.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
The Boat Show, the Boat Show, the Big Seattle Boat Show.
The Big Seattle Boat Show ends this Saturday, February 7th. It's the best time to buy, with big selection, big discounts, and big fun for everyone. It's a big deal. Presented by Sundance Yachts and Port of Seattle. Make it a date Friday evenings with Boat Show After Dark, featuring unforgettable ambiance, music, food, beer, and wine. Details and discount tickets at seattleboatshow.com.
Getting a new battery should be easy. At Pacific Power Batteries, you won't go in with a battery problem and come out with a new transmission. Instead, we can test your battery to see if it's actually the problem. Maybe it's the alternator. We don't sell alternators, so we have no motivation to sell you one or even a new transmission. We have load testers and conductance testers, hydrometers and voltmeters whenever needed. I'm Steve Almond, and I invite you to our family-owned Pacific Power Batteries. You can trust us with any battery problem, and we'll top off the blinker fluid for free.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like rugs. And people say a rug would really bring the room together. And sure, you don't know what that means, but it sounds important. Suddenly you're using words like jute and sisal. Then you see the price and lose it, because how can the thing you walk and spill on cost so much? So you devote your life to taking down Big Rug. But then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds. So, looks like Big Rug is safe. For now. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction, lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Yeah, the deja vu element of it is what really, I think, has made this so scary for Seahawks fans. Hearing that Nicky Manwari left practice early yesterday after hurting his ankle sounds a whole lot like what happened to Cam Chancellor before that Super Bowl after the 2014 season. And, you know, we don't know yet how serious this is going to be. There's only one pool reporter there. According to her report, it was near the end of practice. He came down on it while defending a pass and was down for some amount of time. They got him up. He walked off under his own power. Teammates came over to him to comfort him. Afterwards, Mike McDonald said they were going to kind of go from here and figure out what the next steps are. Sounds like imaging was done last night. There was some video of him walking around, although he didn't look like he was walking comfortably. There was definitely a big old limp. What do we make of this?
Yeah, we're going to learn more information. You could speculate like crazy right now, and I get it. And I would say overwhelming, and this is usually what happens, right? When the news, you knew that was Lee Steinberg.
I did.
Oh, thank you. Goodness gracious.
I didn't want to say it out loud, but I thought that was Lee Steinberg.
Of all the people that you recognize?
Yeah. I was like, I think that's
really
Lee Steinberg.
random.
Yes. You remember my old Lee Steinberg stories, right? Yes.
So you recognize an agent, not players.
Yeah, don't worry, Mar. Don't worry about it. When the news came down, I think the general consensus is always gloom and doom, right? Oh, my gosh. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, he's going to be out. Oh, this is going to kill us. Oh, this isn't right. Oh, this isn't fair. And just slow down. Just relax a little bit. Take a breath. And especially with this injury. Like if it was an MCL, honestly, Salk, or it was a hamstring, or it was like those things are, I think, a little more predictable.
Right.
Ankles are not.
No idea.
You have no idea day to day.
I would say just the
truly,
experience of ankles is the most unpredictable of anything else that he could have possibly hurt yesterday. All right, a lot of the conversation is also about Sam Darnold, of course. He was still limited, but it sounds like things are definitely progressing in the right direction there. Cut number 1, Mike talked about kind of who Sam is and how he's been.
Sam's just been so resilient. I mean, I feel like I'm giving you guys terrible answers because I'm giving you the same answer every time, but that's really what it is. It's just he's so steadfast in his approach. I think he's confident in who he is. I think he understands that how much his team believes in him and has his back. So just keep firing away, man. Keep being you. Go to the next play. He's the same guy after he has a perfect passer rating, and he's not strutting around like he just, solved all the world's problems compared to a game where maybe, we didn't execute as well as we did. So that's what you appreciate about him.
Oh, boy.
What?
Who's that?
I don't know.
That's not Tungus, is it?
It's got a Tungus look to it. I'll tell you that much. I don't think it's Tungus, but it's not enough good stuff.
Whatever they're promoting, it's not clear what that thing is.
I don't know.
That is like...
All right. Move it along, Lyle.
I don't like it.
Move it along. Here we go next.
Weirded out.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Look like sausages all over it or something. Hot dogs. Ugh. That thing is nasty. There's some weird mascot walking around. That thing is
so the fun thing, ladies and gentlemen, is where we sit here when they, you know who that is too, right? Johnny Randall. This is so great. Everybody's walking through the door today, so I get to wave at everybody.
I mean, he was your teammate. You better know who he is. I don't know what John Randall looks like now. I haven't seen John Randall in 20 years.
Okay,
How am I supposed to know what John Randall looks like? The only thing I know about John Randall is that Ray Roberts said, don't piss him off.
That's exactly
right. Because if you do, he will own you for the rest of the game. That's all I know there. On the other side of the field, the Patriots are getting themselves ready as well. The Drake May conversation, he's going to be fine. He's not hurt. He basically said he was okay. He's a second-year quarterback, so the idea is, can you kind of get to him a little bit? Can you confuse him with Mike McDonald's scheme? But cut 8, Mike says, careful. It's not really that easy to do.
Drake has done a tremendous job. I think if you're saying if we're planning on going in there and fooling him every snap, I think you'd be kidding yourself. Our guys have a great grasp of what we're trying to achieve on every play. And the good news is we know what we're doing before they snap it. So we have that advantage. But there's weaknesses and strengths to every coverage. There's reasons why we're calling coverages in certain situations. And I think when you kind of marry those things together and you stack all those reps over the course of the season, the guys have a great grasp of what they're trying to do. And it's part of our philosophy is like, look, when we call certain coverage, the rules are going to be the same from, April 15th to February, whatever it is. And that way you can stack all those reps over the course of time and get really good.
Yeah, and by the way, the numbers do tell you, and Joel said this yesterday, kind of walked me back and calmed. Not that I'm nervous for this. I just don't think it's going to be necessarily a blowout. But if it is going to be a blowout, that's going to be the reason why. Those numbers I rattled off to you yesterday. So when he has been pressured, when they've gotten pressure on him, they have sacked him almost 50% of the time in these playoffs. And it's why the Chargers and why the Texans and why the Broncos sacked him 5 times and 5 times and 5 times. Because when they gotten pressure to him, they've gotten him down. And that is a real number, and that is a real stat. And those boys up front, I think they're really ready to eat.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Well, Framber Valdez is going to be a Tiger. Best pitcher who was left on the market signs a huge 3-year, $115 million deal. That's a lot of money for a guy who's had a couple of, I don't know, like he's a good pitcher, don't get me wrong, but there have been some iffy moments with him both on and off the field. It's a lot of money, especially as you're going to war with Tarek Skubal over his salary and his future. It is a really odd bet, I think, for the Tigers to make. But if it works out for this 1 year before the lockout, well, you're going to end up with two really good horses at the top of your rotation.
Yes, you are. And there is that background, as we mentioned, with A.J. Hinch in Houston, where he was developed. And yeah, but Skubal's numbers will come out today in arbitration, and between those two, you're looking at more money between those two than the entire Mariners rotation. In fact, between Logan and Kirby and Wu and Bryce Miller, that's about $20 million. And Framber's making 38 himself.
Pretty crazy. Kraken with a nice bounce-back win last night in Los Angeles. Shane Wright with 2, cut 9. Here's Adam Larson scoring a goal.
To the corner is Adam Larson in front, scores! A beautiful feed from below the goal line by Chandler Stevenson. And the Big Cat on the prowl, 2-1 Seattle.
Vince Dunn had the 4th, Brock, as the team heads into the Olympic break in 3rd place in a playoff spot. So good for them. All right, that's everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here on the Brock and Salk show.
You know who that is. By the way, he wears his hat. You know who that is. This is so great. Today it is cranking up. The celebrities are out. The stars have arrived. The Hall of Famers.
I think I might know just from the back.
And from the way he wears his hat. You know.
It's Steve Smith, right?
Yeah. Way to go, Maura. We're on the same page.
Salk. Familiar? No? I'm just looking at the back of his head, and I do.
Once you say it, it's like, yeah, okay, that is who that is.
You know what? For the next 90 minutes, we don't need to do this anymore. Okay, we are going to have a lot of guests. Kobe Bryant, Michael Gervais, Kyle Brandt.
People think this is a joke, too. I swear to you, this is not a bit. Like, once you say it, oh, yeah, that's Steve Smith.
Steve
You're right.
Smith, obviously.
Of course it's
right.
Steve Smith.
Yeah.
But beforehand, my brain does not register like, oh, that's Steve Smith. It's like, oh, I kind of recognize that guy's face.
Sure. That's great. Don't worry about it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant's going to join us next. We're going to ask him about Nicki Minaj. He's not going to be able to answer, but we're going to have to ask him, right? Because that's the gig.
Do you struggle this much when you see all the bands you love in person? Like,
if I were to see them out of context.
If Axl Rose was walking right by here, you'd know who Axl
I might take a
Rose
second to be like,
okay.
Yeah, I
good.
told you I lived in Hollywood or in L.A. Heather would always be like, oh, you see all these celebrities. I was like, you do? It's like, you see them too. You just don't recognize them when you see them.
Oh, good. This has been a trade for decades. Good to
Like
know.
they only exist in your TV?
Well, I always thought that she was exaggerating how many she saw, but now I realize it's definitely my fault.
Yes.
She's been right all along, and I have no clue. Unbelievable. All right. All of our coverage, Brock, all this week is brought to you by WGU. We'll be right back. It's Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports on 710, SeattleSports.com, live from Media Row.
We knew the foundation was strong.
Last year, everything was new.
But this?
We are going to the Super Bowl.
Doubters? What doubters?
We did not care. We've been playing dominant football all year.
Now, the stage is set to finish by claiming the ultimate prize. Seahawks, Patriots in Super Bowl 60. Kickoff with Steve Rabel on the call. Sunday at 3:30 on the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
Hey, it's getting close here, guys. Getting close to the big day. Got to talk to Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. Get in now before everything starts on Sunday. And then once Monday gets going, you're ready to go. You're past the big day, and you are ready to drop those pounds. People all over the Northwest are going to lose 20, 30, 40, maybe 50 pounds by baseball opening day. They'll do it by starting with Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. A 15-minute phone call is all it takes to get started and see if you're even interested, if it's a program that'll work for you. It did for me, man. I lost 10 pounds in a week. I lost 35 pounds after 8 weeks, and I didn't have to go to the gym, fight for space, no pills, no injections, nothing like that. Just real food that you buy at the grocery store and a great, easy-to-follow plan that really does work. Start with that 15-minute phone call, 425-588-0080, or go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Brock Ewart here with my buddy Shannon O'Kelly from IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. Shannon, we met about a decade ago when you came into the studio, and at that point, IRG was humming, but you were not 40 locations strong all over the neighborhood. How have you done this and why?
Number one, Brock, great people. Our strength here at IRG is our people. Secondly, we are a company that has a culture of giving back and taking care of our patients, taking care of our team, and thirdly, taking care of our community. We want to be your family physical therapist. More importantly, we want to be your family's neighborhood physical therapist. We want you to come in, have a great experience, and get better and get out there and be pain-free and function.
Take care of your friends. Taking care of your neighbors, taking care of your community, and taking care of Western Washington. With over 40 locations now, that's exactly what IRG Physical and Hand Therapy is doing. Find them in person, find them online at irgpt.com. That's irgpt.com.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Can I take your coat?
Oh, you noticed. Yeah, I found it on eBay from a seller in Vegas. Pre-loved and perfect. She listed it and jackpot. Italian leather, classic trench silhouette. And did you see the braided buckle?
Hang on to your claim ticket.
Oh, I'll hang on to this forever. Have you been on eBay? There's so many finds. And I bet that diving watch would sell fast. Just saying.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Who did it best in 2025? Vote now for the Sports Stars and Story of the Year at seattlesports.org and help choose the winners of the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards, presented by Microsoft. From collegiate champions to the standouts across our professional teams, make your choice and come celebrate Washington's biggest night out for sports on March 13th. Vote now and get tickets at seattlesports.org. We'll see you there.
Compassion, communication, results. That's Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to pendergastlaw.com. That's pendergastlaw.com.
This is Nancy Penrose, owner of Big Trees in Snohomish. For over 30 years, Big Trees has been helping homeowners and businesses move trees with advanced equipment and a professional and proven transplant process. Need a tree moved on your property or off-site? Trust the experts at Big Trees. Learn more about our transplanting process at bigtreesupply.com.
Beauty, privacy, instantly. Big Trees.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. Or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
This week, Seattle football fans are going big, and so are Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Score a winning drive with the same-day test drive and take home. That's right, find your perfect Toyota and drive it home today. Their teams are ready to help you in 2 stunning showrooms, Kirkland and Renton. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Don't punt on savings. Make your big game move now at Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Visit in person or online at toyotaofkirkland.com and toyotaofrenton.com.
O'Brien. Broadcasting live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60 in San Francisco.
This is Brock and Salk.
Powered through the Quantum Fiber Studio.
On the only place you'll hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the game, Seattle Sports.
Sure is, and game just a couple days away. Kobe Bryant's going to be playing in that game, of course, and he joins us right now. Good morning, Kobe. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, man, we are doing good, Kobe. We're a little spoiled. This is the fourth Super Bowl in 20 years, getting to cover for the Seahawks. And let's just start right there for you. When you think back to your Super Bowls that you watched as a kid, what were some of the most, I guess, vivid memories that you had of watching this game?
My favorite one was definitely when Seattle beat the Broncos. Just seeing those guys go out there and execute at such a high level and seemed like they were having a ball out there. So I knew right then and there that that's somewhere where I wanted to be right away.
You remember that hit that Cam had in that game?
Yeah.
Right at the beginning.
Demaryius Thomas.
Poor Demaryius Thomas. I mean, he set a tone pretty early in that game.
Did.
Yeah. Is that something you got, do on Sunday? Set a little tone?
Absolutely.
So tell me about this system. Tell me about playing for Mike a little bit. You've gotten a chance to play safety now for 2 years in this system. What is the best part about playing safety in this system?
It's a great scheme overall. Coach Mike prepares us to be the defense that we are, and obviously there's more work to be done. But just him putting all his players in the right position to make plays, that's something that I've praised about him. He always gives us opportunity to go out there and showcase our ability at the highest level, in which we do, and even the guys who have the next man up mentality, they come in and make plays as well too. So it's exciting.
Kobe, you a guy that visualizes? Do you like to visualize before games and moments and such?
Yeah, I definitely do. That's something I started once I got to the NFL. So I believe if you visualize it, it'll happen, and speaking into existence as well too.
So we sit here on Thursday, 3-4 days away now from the Super Bowl, in a building that you've played in a bunch in Santa Clara and just had a great game a few weeks ago in. Is you kind of visualize and picture running out for this Super Bowl? What do you see?
As I visualize, I see the stadium filled with a lot of Seahawks fans, of course. Just me embracing the moment, honestly, and I also see me getting an interception as well too. So can't never forget that.
Do you have a sense? We've asked some other folks this. We really enjoyed talking to Mike this year and learning about some of the things he repeats often, some chasing edges and MOB and some of these sayings. 12 is 1. What does 12 is 1 mean to you?
12 is 1 means a lot to me, honestly. Not just with the team, but with the fans as well. I feel like just all of us together as one, just allowing us to, feel them at our home games and away games, and they give us that extra, motivation to go out there on Sundays or whatever the day may be and just go out there and perform. And, we feel like we do them a great job as well, too, once we get the job done.
It's Kobe. It's amazing. Kobe Bryant here with us. It's amazing how long the season's been. So all these stories, all the anecdotes, all the language, all of it. We know you all so well, Kobe. We don't know the Patriots nearly as well, right? A, they're in the AFC. B, not a lot of crossover and such. C, they weren't really, thought of to be a Super Bowl team, certainly at the beginning of the year. So as you've studied them the last couple of weeks, Kobe, for all the Seahawks fans listening and getting ready for Sunday, give them a little sketch on what to expect from your perspective on these Patriots.
Yeah, definitely a well-coached team. I've actually been knowing Coach Vrabel since I was 7 years old. He coached my older brother at Ohio State, so I'm very familiar with him, and I know how he is with his team. So I know they're going to be well coached, competitors, and they have a really explosive offense. Obviously, they have guys on the outside, great running game, and then obviously a great quarterback as well too. So, I don't really get caught up in the outside noise and the underdogs and things like that, because at the end of the day, we always respect our opponent and go out there and execute.
So, Kobe, if Salky and I were watching film with you for an hour this afternoon, and you put together hey, this is why they're well coached, right? Like if you were to take it to some of the more of the detail of why that stands out to you, of what a well coached team kind of represents. What are some of those things that pop off the tape? How do you kind of define that?
Yeah, I mean, just going back to the game against the Broncos with the weather conditions, just how they still went out there and were able to execute. You know, obviously it was a low-scoring game, but just they obviously went into a great atmosphere with, you know, Broncos and great team as well, too, and just went out there, like I said, and execute and got the job done despite the weather change after the second half. And like I said, they got the job done. So that's a well example for me to see that they're well coached and they're willing to go to work.
We had been with you guys after practice yesterday, what was the conversation regarding your friend in the secondary, Nicky Manwari?
Yeah. It's always a great thing to have Nick out there with us. He's a special talent. We need him. We've always needed him from day one, and he actually keeps me going. You know, he's someone I can lean on, and vice versa, man. So we always appreciate him.
Is he going to be okay? It sounds like he went down yesterday with an ankle. Is he all right?
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, that is good news.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah, and just for full clarity, Kobe, there's like a pool reporter out there, and they reported the news. So, you know, we're not breaking any news or trying to do any of that. Just, you know, there was some conflicting reports. So good to hear that from your perspective, he's good. You know what else is good is Drake May's legs. He's a pretty good runner. That's kind of one of the strengths of him. He's a very active runner. Kobe, what are a couple of the keys just defensively when you're facing a quarterback that can run and likes to run as much as Drake?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, he's a great runner. He can get the job done with his legs and arms. And, you know, like I said, he's a great quarterback. You know, we respect his talent for sure.
Well, Kobe, we appreciate it. It's been great getting to watch this team and seeing the evolution over the course, not just of this year, but last year as well, and taking you guys all the way here to Santa Clara. Pretty amazing. Good luck on Sunday. Hope you get the opportunity to soak it all in. It's got to be a pretty incredible experience to run out onto that field, huh?
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys for having me.
You got it, Kobe.
There you go.
Thanks,
Kobe Bryant, of course, Seahawks safety, and a guy who's talk about evolving. I mean, coming from being a cornerback and then a nickel and now eventually a safety. I mean, he's definitely gone through that process. I don't know what to make of what he said there about Nicky Manwari. He's good. He's good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm assuming that's a good sign.
Sure.
Right? I mean, like that's.
It could have gone the other way, and it could have been oh, man, we're so bummed for him. Oh, we feel so bad, da-da-da-da. So, you know, it I think is one of those situations. He's also, and you're going to hear from Mike McDonald later today, I promise you, we don't know. It's going to be day to day. We'll kind of evaluate it day to day and go through it. So,
but better than him being like,
yes.
Yeah, I can't talk about that. That's
right.
not like he didn't put it on lock. Like, oh man, like I don't want to tell you anything about that. Like, not my business. I don't know. I assume him saying, "Oh, he's good," is a really good sign. Either that, or he has no idea that he got hurt yesterday at practice.
Right. Well, I think he would know that.
Okay, good. I hope so.
Yes. The first answer, maybe not. You just like to have him out there, and then you dig a little deeper. And players are going to be protective at this time, Salk. Right? He's still a young player. Hey, can I do? We're going to have Michael Gervais here with us in a few minutes. And if you remember that name, he worked with Pete way back when, and he and Stephen Hauschka do a lot of the work behind the scenes. We had Hauschka on a few weeks ago, and Michael's here. So we believe he's going to pop by in a couple minutes. Before he does, can I share my little what I love about these Seahawks?
Sure, yeah. We were going to do that at 9.
You want to wait till 9?
Well, yeah, but you can do it now if you want to jump into it.
Yeah, I mean, just because it's Kobe, and a couple different conversations I had off the air with a few different people around here. And the one thing I love, and it's so simple in nature, Salt, but it is so contrary to this league, I love that this is a defensive-minded head coach.
Yeah.
I love that aspect of it, that it just starts kind of right there. I love, and I've said this to you, and I remember you and I getting into a great debate after Mike Holmgren was let go. Remember that? And
after Jim Mora was let go.
After Jim Mora was let go, and it was like, okay, what are they going to do? You know, what do you want? And I was a very newbie in the business. Didn't formulate a lot of opinions at that time. And I was like, well, I just want a coach that can win. Like, no, come on, man. Give me a little bit more of what you want. And after all of these years, man, I want a violent football team. I want a defensive-minded football team. The offense can come alongside. It can complement. Right, but if you're going to be who was it I was chatting with? It was Chad Brown yesterday. He was on with Dave and Bob, the old Seahawks linebacker, and it was his point. And he played for different organizations. And he played for Pittsburgh, and he played for New England, and he played for places, Salt, where there was just a physical, violent, defensive nature. And it wasn't talked about, it was walked about. And these Seahawks, it just, golly, you know, it's the same thing in 13 and 14. I had a friend of mine say, hey, what do you think maybe the final segment tomorrow, do you think maybe as an undertone you could play a little AC/DC for me?
Nope.
Just play a little Thunderstruck.
Nope.
Not like you used to and
Nope.
banging the drums and all that and getting hype, but just on the down low, because it is what this team is, man. This team doesn't fake any of that. This team is unbelievably physical. Drake May, the closer we get to this game, I think the better I'll feel. You feel great right now. I think I'll feel better the closer we get reminded of how incredible this defense is, how physical they are, how fast they are, how much they want to get on that field and hit, how they're sitting in production meetings like the LOB did, that Kobe Bryant watched 11 years ago, and sat in that production meeting with Joe and Troy, bouncing off the walls, ready to go. And I guarantee you, Devin Witherspoon and Kobe and Julian and Ernest and these guys Nick are so ready to absolutely explode and hit. And I love that we have a team built on that. Not on offense, not on the greatest show on turf, not on points, not on all these. I would love that too, because it's fun. Offense is fun.
I wouldn't.
But defense wins championships.
Well, yeah. And I mean, I don't know how many times I've said this week, but I'm going to keep repeating myself because I think it's important. Those teams with the crazy offenses are the ones that get upset at the Super Bowl.
Yep.
That doesn't mean they never win the Super Bowl, but when teams get upset, certainly in our lifetime, they've been the teams with the high-flying, high-powered offense that, you know, they're throwing for 9,000 yards a year and nobody can stop them and they've got so much weaponry. And the answer is always the same. It's always the same. How do you stop them? You pass rush. You beat them. When 4 beats 5. And you get Michael Strahan and Justin Tuck, and they get after Tom Brady. And the next thing you know, a team that's 18-0 does not win the Super Bowl, and it's always for the same reason. So you got to start with that. If you can add some high-flying offense, cool. But as we've seen before, sometimes when you put a little too much emphasis on scoring and racing up and down the field, it has a negative effect on your defense. So you're right. A defensive-minded head coach, Brock, is probably not going to let that happen. Even when all of the world is calling for him to do so, a defensive head coach tends to understand that that is not the best chance for your team to win. And that, honestly, the folks that get upset, that get beat, are the ones that haven't figured that out.
And then when you do that, right, like when you are that is your clarity, that is your conviction, that is everything, how that just infiltrates the whole rest of the program, how that impacts your special teams, how that impacts your offense and your run game, how it sharpens each other. That yesterday when they put the pads on, I guarantee you it wasn't like, oh, we got to put the pads on. Like, we're putting the pads on.
Right, they can't wait.
Yeah, we can't wait to go hit, to go callous each other.
Because not everything is built around, let's make sure everything's perfect for the little quarterback. Let's make sure the quarterback doesn't have to worry. Make sure that he's just fine. Everything's just going to be tailored to him. No, the defense is going to go out there, and they're going to do what they do, and they're going to hit you, and, that's the mentality that they take into that game. All right, well, that's a good segue, mentality. We know that we're going to talk to Kyle Brandt coming up here in just a little while in the 9 o'clock hour. Before we do it, though, Dr. Michael Gervais is with us, and, of course, he has been
around.
Yeah, you've been doing stuff with
like
the Seahawks on and off for a while, right?
So have you guys.
Well, that's guys.
Yeah.
We know.
Not sure if it's a compliment or not. That's fun.
So tell us just a little bit. First of all, how long have you been doing this with the Seahawks, and what is it exactly you do working with them?
Brilliant. 2011, Coach Carroll gave me a jingle and said, hey, listen, I'm trying to do something better than it's ever been done before. I'm trying to do something really special. I want to invest in a culture that is going to help people be their very best. He invited me up, and at that point I was done with pro sport. I was kind of over the narcissism. Like, I was over the dishonesty in the approach to be great. And what preceded that was 10 years of working with people that were operating in very dangerous environments, so high consequence. And it was such an honest laboratory that I had this rich understanding of what it takes, what it really
I'm sorry,
takes.
when you say dangerous environments, you mean people in war zones and first responders and that type of stuff?
Yeah, more the action sport space where if you hesitate, like the Alex Honolds of the world, Felix Baumgartner, who we recently lost, who jumped from 130,000 feet, and you make a mistake in that environment and it's costly, like really costly. So So coach says, I want to do it better than it's ever been done before. And I went up to the club and I was like, oh, it feels different here. Like it is different. Like he's really wanting to create a culture to help people be their best. Full stop. So 2011 and 2020, I left during the pandemic. I live in Los Angeles, and then so I wasn't going to be able to be in the bubble and kind of manage the rest of my life. So, and then last year, John Schneider gave me a jingle and said, hey, we got a special coach, Mike McDonald. And what do you think about getting the band back together and seeing if we can, support what Mike is trying to do here? Okay, so that's kind of the general. My training is as a high-performance psychologist. And exactly what I do is the psychological skills and training to help people be their very best across the organization, and then help amplify that through culture and mental skills. So it's kind of a two-headed monster, if you will. Yeah.
Is it kind of fun for you? It is for us. We sit with Mike every Monday. We sat with him right after his opening presser, and you just kind of watch him evolve. It's such a young. You got Pete in 11. Peter been around the block a lot. He'd seen a lot. Mike, just as a first-time head coach, is you've watched him evolve from maybe the first meeting to listening to him at the podium yesterday. What kind of growth have you seen?
I think Mike is extraordinary as a social intelligence, emotional intelligence, football intelligence, general intelligence. Like Mike has amazing set of assets. Like he's incredible. His character is real and honest. So he has it all. That being said, he didn't have like a framework, and he had a lot of rich ideas, but didn't quite have the framework to know how to hang the whole thing together. And we together spent a lot lot of time to scrub
Yes.
that, to get
Sure.
to like, how do you
present that, right? Like, how does
yes,
that come out?
But the point is, it's all in there.
Yeah.
And then do you have a system and a model that you can replicate? And so that was kind of, it is so fun to see the clarity that he is expressing his vision from. And I don't think anybody watching or listening can be like, wait, what is he saying?
That's right.
Because it's plain English.
We were talking about that because
yes.
The first guy you mentioned who brought you in here the first time, there were days where he would say a lot of things, and Brock and I would look at each other like, I don't know what he just said. He's been talking for 5 minutes. I think it makes sense, and he's very confident about it, but I don't have any idea what the heck he's talking about.
Coach is one of the greatest coaches ever.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
But also there were moments where you're like, I don't know what he's trying to say. And with Mike, it does seem, I mean, everything is boiled down to these very succinct ideas. Chasing edges, 12 is 1, mission over bull. You know, how much have you worked with him on sort of understanding what all of those things mean?
It was already there. And so so Stephen Hauschka and I came and were a bit of a tag team to help make this happen. And so, and for folks that don't remember Stephen Hauschka, Super Bowl kicker.
Oh, yeah. And we had him on a few weeks ago talking about this.
Yeah,
he was great.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Ping pong legend.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. Oh, we know.
Yeah. So it was already in there, and it was just a way to anchor it down to his first principles in life so that he could say it in plain English and people could understand it in simple, understanding, and then live alignment with it. So that's the big thing, is that Coach McDonald is walking the talk and talking the walk.
Yep.
Like, he's got the whole thing. And that's what I think, that's what this team is doing right now, is that MOB, mission over. And so the idea is that they are not confused about the mission.
Yep.
And the mission is to be a great teammate. The mission, of course, everybody wants to win, right? But the real mission is none of us are going to be able to do anything extraordinary in life alone. We need each other.
Yep.
Even, I don't know, Sabalenka, individual athlete that's on the court by themselves, there's a full team. And so we need each other. And so this team has made a fundamental investment of time and intensity to build the relationships that will hold up when it gets wild out there.
So compare and contrast. Michael Gervais with us here for a few more minutes. Compare and contrast the 11, 12, 13, those Seahawks Super Bowl teams, their personality, their conviction, their message, with the 25 Seahawks that find themselves on this platform. How would you just broadly compare and contrast the two teams?
I feel like that early team always compete was kind of the central theme. And it was a little bit like a pack of wild hyenas. Like, it was awesome.
Fur flying,
I mean,
teeth gnarling,
it was
blood
awesome.
splattering. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was incredible. It was a handful.
Yeah.
And Coach Carroll was able to orchestrate getting noses and toes pointed in the same direction with that pack of hyenas. And look, I say that endearingly. Like, I learned so much from them. I hope that they would maybe say the same for me. But, like, I learned so much from being part of that organization at that time. The second piece for the guys this year, there's this, it's almost like it doesn't do kind of service, but the power of a group of fill-in-the-blank animals. Let me just do birds for just a moment here. But you know how, like, there's a swarm of anything, and they move together, and they're like, and that swarm is way bigger than anything else that you could imagine, much more dangerous and harmonized and together and powerful. It feels like it's just this real pack.
Yep.
And so, man, they are hard to separate. They're a handful to deal with. There's an intelligence and a care, and I think that they really love football as a way to figure out how to be better.
Yep.
And so
it's interesting, Michael. There's a bunch of people I even ran into today that have called some of the Seahawk games this year. And anybody that gets around them, it is remarkable how many of them are like, hey, man, have you been around this team? I'm like, yeah. He's like, they love each other. I'm like, I know. You know, but it's rare in this sport. So
it is rare because, you know, like we all say it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you, brother.
That's right.
I love you, man.
Yep.
I love you. But then actually to have it.
Well, not maybe not.
We don't all say
That's
it.
not always. It's
all
like,
say it.
Well, hold on.
Some of us say it. No, I'm just kidding.
Too tough to say I love
Too
you.
tough. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, right.
No, I say that
Yeah.
stuff all the time
Yes.
to the right people.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like, look, love is free, and love is one of the most powerful things. And we fundamentally believe that if you invest in the relationship with yourself and other people, like, you can go way further.
Way further.
And so that's what's happening here. And, like, it's cool to see, and it's a
Speed
beautiful
of trust,
thing to be
right?
part of.
We've talked about that whole idea of the speed of trust.
Yep,
and
that too.
Once you trust each other, you can really kind of fast forward.
But you know, to
So
trust
much
each
easier.
other, you've got to put time under tension.
Yep.
You got to put real time under tension to see if the behaviors are consistent with what they say. There's 3 legs to the stool of trust, and we work through this at the Seahawks. There's 3 legs to the stool of trust. Ability. Do I trust you have the ability and the chops to get it done? 1. Benevolence. Do I trust that you know what's good for me in this situation too? And then integrity. Are you going to be the same person with a glass of tea or a cup of wine, you know, type of thing, and when there's, you know, real intensity in the environment, are you going to be the same person? You need all 3 of those time under tension to earn the right to trust other people, and these boys have done it. It's incredible.
It's pretty cool. This is great. I love it. We might have to do some more of this at some point.
Right
So,
on.
yeah,
you guys are awesome.
Well, we enjoy this type of stuff. I think.
I love your show. I listen to it all the time. You guys are telling the truth.
Well, thank you very much. That's really
just
nice.
trying to
of you
be,
say.
you know, the fun thing is it's trying to be authentic too, right? Like, we could do this for a long time because that's right there amidst, I don't know what leg of the stool it would be, but if you're not authentic doing this, it doesn't really work.
Took us a little while to trust each other. That's for sure.
Yes, it has.
Well, you know, all of us
kind of
we're
figured
really,
it out.
We're really good at figuring out if something's BS or not.
Yeah.
It's a survival mechanism, and it is one of Mike McDonald's greatest attributes is he is honest.
That's for sure.
And the crew, all of us, we recognize that's honesty, and I'll trust what's happening and what's being said because what he is doing is coming from the right place. So good.
All right, we're going to do this again. We're going to make sure to bring you back and have maybe a longer, deeper conversation about this when we're not preparing for, you know, the Super Bowl and all of that.
Yeah.
We got Kyle Brandt is going to come on and join us in about 20 minutes. We'll try to do an early version of Need to Know. Before then, Dr. Gervais, thank you so much.
Oh, you guys are great.
This is
Thank
great.
you.
Much appreciated. And Brock, we'll be right back. We're here on Radio Row. Where else would we be getting ready for the Seahawks in the Super Bowl right here on Seattle Sports?
This is what it's all about, right?
We are going to the Super Bowl!
The pure joy.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Super Bowl, baby, let's go!
And Sunday, when history is written in Super Bowl 60, isn't there only one voice you want to hear tell the story?
A one-hander, JSN!
Wherever you are on Sunday, listen to Steve Rabel call the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, live and free on the Seattle Sports app.
Underestimating the trucking industry is one of the biggest mistakes I see victims and other lawyers make. Trucking companies have an army of lawyers and experts who act quickly after an accident to protect the company. Only an experienced trucking accident lawyer can navigate the complicated federal and state laws to protect your rights. If you or a loved one has been injured in a trucking accident, call Davis Law Group today for a free consultation or get my free book on trucking accident law at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Hey, Brock Ewart here for my friends over at People Come First, PCF Construction Group. And if you're tired of grilling in the cold and the rain and the wind every winter, well, with a patio cover, a heater, and a fireplace from PCF like they built in my place, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry, even in the wet winter months of the Pacific Northwest. And right now, you can take advantage of off-season savings through February 15th, a little over a week to go, where you're going to get up to 10% off your entire project plus 12 months with no payments and no interest. Most people, consider building a deck in the winter. I get it. But if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, then contact PCF now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming and designing your project so you're ready to build by the spring. Planning permits take a little time, so get started right now with 10% off through your entire project. Get ideas, browse all their amazing photos, and find the offer details at pcfgroup.com. That's pcfgroup.com.
Esta canción que canto, amigos, es una más.
Experience the iconic Mexican music group Bronco at Muckleshoot Casino Resort, Saturday, February 28th at 8 p.m. They've sold more than 20 million albums and performed for audiences all over the world. Now Bronco is bringing their modern take on regional Mexican sound live to Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Tickets are on sale now at muckleshootcasino.com.
Get ready, because it's here. The first huge public online auction of the new year from the James G. Murphy Company, and it's underway now. We're stacked and packed with a vast assortment of heavy construction equipment, trucks, trailers, and more, like 17 excavators, 6 dozers, including a 2012 John Deere 700K XLT, 4 wheel loaders, a grader, a 2021 Kenworth T270 propane delivery truck, a 2023 Volvo Auto Transporter, 6 Peterbilt 567 tractors, 6 dump trucks, forklifts, boom lifts, loaders, graders, and utility trucks. But wait, there's more, like over 100 unused gas-powered excavators, flatbed trucks, and on and on. We are on fire with gear. Preview all items Tuesday and Wednesday, February 10th and 11th at our location in Marysville. Do not miss the first huge public online auction of the new year. Check MurphyAuction.com for all details. MurphyAuction.com. MurphyAuction.com.
When you jump on the back of a bull and the gate swings, there's no middle ground. You either ride it out with 8 seconds of pure adrenaline or hit the dirt and run. Bull riding is not just a sport, it's a gamble of guts and glory. Nothing else compares. This is the PBR Pendleton Whiskey Velocity Tour. See the best bull riders in the world face off at Busch Light PBR Everett at Angel of the Winds Arena, February 13th and 14th. Ready to be cowboy? Get your tickets at Ticketmaster. It's bull time.
Good Dog Auto Glass. When the stakes are high, you want the best on your team. When your windshield breaks, don't settle for your insurance company's fix that's just safe enough. Trust Good Dog Auto Glass, where the quality isn't light. We do all the things the little guys don't, and we do all the things the big guy does.
We answer the phone when you call, we work for you, and we will walk you through the insurance process. Visit GoodDogAutoGlass.com, Puget Sound's most trusted auto glass company, and get more bang for your bark.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
3 more days until Super Bowl 60.
And this is the only place you'll hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks and Patriots in the Super Bowl. KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. This is Brock Brock and Salk.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco. Powered through the Quantum Fiber Studio.
Ahead of Super Bowl 60 between the Patriots and Seahawks on Seattle Sports.
Now, here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
We roll along from Media Row. How cool is this, man? Being down here before the Seahawks are in the Super Bowl on Sunday against the Patriots. And Kyle Brandt is going to join us here in about 15 minutes or so. There's plenty of action. It's a great vibe in here today, once again, as more and more athletes, and I did recognize Trevor Lawrence walking around earlier. Saw Bijan Robinson just a couple of minutes ago as he was kind of right around here behind us. There are a lot of interesting people. We're going to talk to Kyle Brandt, as I said, in about 15, as he has been, well, first of all, he's a great guest, but also just super on top of the Seahawks almost from day one. Let's come back to what we heard from Kobe Bryant a few minutes ago, Brock. This is sort of the story of the day, right? All right, what's going on with Nick Eamon-Worry? He leaves practice yesterday. All we get is a pool report because nobody else is allowed into the building. Only one media member can watch. Only one media member gets the opportunity to talk to the coach afterwards. It is not like a normal practice. So the pool reporter sees this happen. She reports that at just before 4 o'clock, nearing the end of practice, Nick Eamon-Worry goes down with an ankle injury. He jumped up to deflect a pass, and when he came down, must have come down awkwardly. I don't know if he came down on someone's foot or if he just landed funny, but he goes down. They attend to him. He is able to walk off, which is great, but she also says that other teammates are coming over to offer support, and I believe her word was to offer comfort, which is they comforted him, which is, a little nerve-wracking. We get later that Mike McDonald says, yeah, we'll wait and see, and they send him off for imaging. Later we get a video of him walking around, trying to get from the car into the hotel. He's limping a little bit, that's for sure, but he's not wearing a boot. So, again, you can kind of take of it what you may. We did ask Kobe Bryant about him. Now, I don't know how much stock to put into it because it's not like he's a doctor. He's not a team spokesman. I got to ask him because that's the job, but I don't know how much to put into his answer. And I'm not saying that to disparage Kobe. Sure. Quite the opposite. Just he's not really trained on how to answer questions about his teammates' medical condition. Right. So I don't want to be, I don't want to lean too much into it. But it was also nice to hear him say, oh, he's good.
He's good.
He's good.
He's good. Yep, he's good. It did kind of play into to Michael Gervais right there also about this team. Two things did. Number one, that the guys went and surrounded him because that's what this team is built like. That's what they do. It's not the pack of hyenas. And a friend of mine sent me a pack of hyenas from an African safari taken down. And that was that LOB crew. That was them. That's not this crew. This crew, somebody goes down, we're going to surround them like a pack, and we're going to comfort them. Hey, man, we're good. So we will have way more intel. I understand why we're talking about this a lot. This is not to create any side drama. This is not to make something bigger than it is. It's just the reality. And it is heightened because that LOB crew did have a prominent player go down the week of the Super Bowl. And it's a reminder, no matter how good you feel about this matchup, and on paper you feel good about lots of these matchups. Really good. It is a really quick, blunt reminder that in an instant, in one play of practice, something can change that dramatically. That's like, I'd really like Nick Eamon-Worry. You know what I want? I want him when Drake May scrambles. Because I watched him hawk down Jaden Daniels, who's over my right shoulder right now. I've watched him hawk down really fast guys. And Drake wants to run. I like that guy at that second level chasing him down, along with Drake Thomas, along with the rest of the team speed that this crew has. So, yeah, we will be watching. We will be listening. But I do walk away encouraged because he could have very easily said, hey, man, I don't know. We'll see. He could have very easily answered that a number of different ways. And when he said, yeah, man, he's good. He's good. He's all right. He's good. I think he's hopefully going to be good.
Certainly better than any other possibility or anything else he could have answered. Yeah. Also, we got the opportunity to meet Michael Gervais and talk to him. What did you take from that?
He's a wise, smart dude that's got a lot of background. And when he talked about, again, you hear from someone on that end of it, the psychologist end of it, talk about those tools that Mike McDonald has. You have said this. You've beat the drum. I think Sam Darnold has the most upside Sunday afternoon. All week long and all the way through Sunday and all that's going to transpire to really make like, hey, man, not only just a redemption story, but a Q rating, a franchise quarterback. I'm the backbone. I'm the foundation. Like, I think he's got such massive opportunity. Right next to him, and you've made this case a bunch, is Mike McDonald. Because I think the whole rest of the country, I just ran into Chris Myers earlier today. Chris called the Jacksonville game. What's the first thing out of Chris Myers' mouth? Mike McDonald, man, he is sharp. He's really good. I liked him year one. We had him year one, but my gosh, year two, we watched him just blossom and grow. So I think Mike's got a real chance to continue to own the podiums, continue to own the pressers, continue to go and get a chance toe-to-toe with Mike Vrabel. And the whole Belichick's not here, but you can feel his presence through Mike and the organization and Kraft. And you get a chance to tackle that?
To take that down.
To take that down?
Yeah, and to do it your own way, because this is not, I mean, he can keep being asked questions about the last time the Seahawks were in the Super Bowl, and you could tell he's getting annoyed about it. He's like, yeah, I respect it. That's not us. I respect the history. That's not us.
Yep.
It's nobody. I mean, John Schneider's the only one left who has any tie to that whatsoever. He's like, yeah, okay, the same two teams are here.
Right.
Other than that, what possible similarity is there at all? None of the same players, none of the same coaches, other than Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, they do. They got some of that with Josh.
But that's about it.
And Vrabel played in it. They got a little bit more of it.
He didn't play in that.
Well, not in that game, but he played for the Patriots.
Okay, but he didn't play then. I mean, like, he wasn't even close to playing for the Patriots then. So, yeah, I'm with you on that. I do think that there's
massive opportunity.
Massive opportunity for both of those guys.
And I love the way Gervais said it, just kind of bringing those tools to life. He's got the emotional intelligence, he's got the football intelligence, he's got the social intelligence, and
intelligence.
The general, and he does.
Yeah.
A lot like Lyle. I mean, a lot like Lyle. We just got to bring those tools. We've spent some years bring those tools.
Well, I saw a payphone yesterday. I was impressed. Lyle knew what it was.
I know.
I was impressed that it was here. Why in the world is there a payphone in here? I haven't seen a payphone in a decade. Yet there's one here at the convention center.
I love it.
All right. All of our coverage, of course, is brought to you by WGU. We're having a great week down here. Kyle Brandt is going to join us in just a moment. We'll spend some extended time
earlier in the week, I read something from Kyle.
Oh, you think he's wavering?
I read some earlier
wavering?
In the week.
Is Kyle?
That he's just like
first on, but like going to jump off when it gets to be the hardest?
Part of the reason he was first on was everybody was off the Seahawk boat. He might have a little contrarian to his nature because while everybody's Seahawk, I don't know if he'll make his pick, but he is certainly
very adamant that it wouldn't be a blowout.
That's right. Oh, very clear. Yes.
All right. Well, he will come over and join us next. It's Brock and Salk. We are live at the Super Bowl, man. Seahawks are heading there. They'll be there Sunday. This is your home for it. Seattle Sports on 710.
It's Super Bowl week.
Not super week, like super week.
Let's go!
It's going down.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, is broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco all week with Brock and Salk at 6 a.m. Bump and Stacy 10 to 2. Wyman and Bob 2 to 6 with bonus coverage 6 to 8.
Powered by WGU.
From the only station where you hear Rabel and Wyman call the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Seattle Sports.
It is a little telling around here. I'm not going to lie to you. You see some of the young ball players, and they bounce around here, and they're really healthy, and they look good. You see a lot of the old-timers in the orthopedic wear and tear, just the trauma, the blunt trauma of the game of football and what it did to their body. But you don't have to be a former pro football player to know what I'm talking about. I know many of you on this Thursday wake up with painful joints from arthritis, and it affects you. It makes it hard to do pretty much anything. Well, that is where my friend, Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine in Kirkland, he and his team are ready for your call. 425-823-4000, 425-823-4000. He has seen so many of you suffering from chronic joint pain, your hip, your knee, your back, and it's affecting your quality of life. If you're in that boat, please reach out to Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 3 decades of experience in pain medicine techniques. Many have jumped aboard lately. This has been his heart and his passion for 30 years, and now it includes tools like PRP and stem cell therapy. 425-823-4000 or visit DanielNelsonMD.com. That's DanielNelsonMD.com.
Look, we're all getting excited about the big game. And when it comes to football, one of the most important things to think about is your snacks. It's Mike Salk here. Make sure to put Daisy Sour Cream Dips on your list this year. Daisy Sour Cream Dips are so creamy, so flavorful, you'd swear they were made from scratch. That's because they're made with ingredients you can actually find in your kitchen. No preservatives, no artificial ingredients. They're great with chips or wings or veggies, whatever you got going on. So look for delicious Daisy French Onion Dip and Creamy Ranch at your local grocery store.
Ooh, that face. Quantum fiber internet loves that face.
That's Jamila.
Hey, Jamila.
She's thinking outside the box from inside the box.
Quantum fiber Wi-Fi keeps her meeting game strong. From the back door to the front lawn.
Rushing all of her video calls. Back to back to back video calls.
Quantum fiber internet blowing the soxies up all those people in all those boxes. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Additional pods may be needed to achieve Wi-Fi coverage in some locations. Limited availability. Service in select locations only.
The Anime Washington and the Washington State Gaming Expo Super Convention is almost here. We have assembled a massive celebrity guest lineup on February 6th through the 8th in Puyallup. Meet the voices behind Final Fantasy, Naruto, Halo, Grand Theft Auto, One Piece, Spider-Man, Dragon Ball, Baldur's Gate, and so many more. Shop at hundreds of vendors, makers, and artists. Compete in the Tetris Regionals, Catan, Uno Elite, Smash, Tekken, Mario Kart, and so much more. Join us February 6th through the 8th at Washington State Fair and Event Center. Tickets on sale at animewa.com.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Let's talk about your hair. Well, maybe after we talk about my hair. I've got great hair, as you know, and it's because of Advanced Hair. Yep, Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but it's close to it. They put hair where you need it most, and bam, it grows. It's actual science. Advanced Hair has top-rated physicians, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins to regrow the very next day. It's even guaranteed to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation now at 425-449-8185. Mention Curly to qualify for $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. It's a limited time offer. Advanced Hair, the winner of the 425 Business of the Year, and the team that gave me my hair back. More importantly, they'll do the same for you, guaranteed. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60.
Powered through the Quantum Fiber Studio.
On Seattle Sports on 710, the Seattle Sports app, and live on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Here are your hosts, Brock Eward and Mike Salk.
I got Bennett over here jumping off the sides.
All right, we're all over the map here. We're embarrassing ourselves in front of our first real big guest of the whole week. Oh, my gosh. We knew we were coming down here, Brock, and we said, all right, who's the first person we got to talk to?
Yep.
It was Kyle Brandt, because he was, along with Chris Long, the two people that were really first in on the Seahawks this year.
Chris did that too?
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I think it's just me. And I love Chris. Wise, incredibly handsome, charismatic.
Yeah.
NFL Prince. He's got enough going on. I want to have the Seahawks for myself.
Well, you don't. You don't.
What?
I'm sorry.
Sucks.
You want to have what?
The Seahawks
Oh,
for
I
myself.
didn't hear
What do you
that.
think I said?
Well, but here's
I have
the
that
thing.
too, Brock.
But here's the thing. It seems like you're kind of right in the biggest moment.
I know.
Not as what happened.
How dare you? What are you referring to? What's going on?
It sounds like you are kind of vacillating. Are you not in on the Seahawks anymore?
Listen.
The
Seahawks and Patriots haven't played for 6 months. I don't even remember who's on these teams, what they look like. What day is this today? Thursday? And we still have like 4 more days before the game. This is what happens. If everyone had to lock in after the NFC title game, there's not a person in the world, including every member of the Patriots organization, who would have taken the Patriots. The Seahawks, and then you sit there and they get a little time away, and you're like, oh, Vrabel, McDaniels, don't underestimate them. And that stuff is seductive to me. And I get bored. And we do 50,000 bleeping segments about who has the edge on this. And if I do every segment on our show about Seahawks, it gets pretty boring.
Yes.
So I start to do like a Gollum, Smeagol, Lord of the Rings thing where I have alternate personalities. And so I wouldn't say I'm going towards the Patriots, but I do think they're a little sexy.
What is it about them?
Like that coat.
Hold on. What is it about them that's sexy?
It's just they always win. Okay? And I know the Seahawks do too. But eventually, if you're a fraud, eventually it catches up with you. And I'm not that impressed with the quarterback. It's fine. Drake is great, a young guy. I think the coach is really something. And I've been to enough of these Super Bowls where I have sat here on Radio Row, and it's like there's a team that no one is picking. Like that first Giants-Patriots Super Bowl, the helmet catch one, the only conversation on the row was how many points will the Patriots win by? And they lost. I mean, I remember a lot of them like that. So I'd like to say I'm not as naive enough to think like, oh, Seahawks will blow them out. I don't think they will. I'm not saying they won't win, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
The only difference, though, is all of those upsets.
Yeah.
They all involved a favorite that was a favorite because of their offense. They all involved high-powered passing offenses scoring a gazillion points.
The Broncos, the Chiefs, the Rams,
the greatest show on turf, the Patriots in 07. Like, all of those teams were ridiculous offenses. And, what beats a ridiculous offense is a really good pass rush, and that's what happened to all of them.
Yeah.
Seahawks aren't that.
No, they're not.
They're not a ridiculous, high-powered, 5 gazillion-yard offense. They're just a normal team who's just better than the Patriots are.
They're awesome. But you know what? I'll go another historical reference, the one I've been thinking about a lot this week. So everybody keeps saying Drake May could be the youngest quarterback ever to win the Super Bowl, on and on. I keep thinking about young Roethlisberger on that Steelers team against Seattle.
I was there
it's
in
like,
05.
Okay, Roethlisberger was bad in that game.
Yeah, he was.
Like he played one of his worst games of the year.
QB rating or 20.
They have the Willie Parker touchdown, which I think would be Travion in this game. Like it just kind of worked out where they didn't even play well and they still won. I think New England has a little bit of that Pittsburgh in them. Salk, you're hating what I'm saying.
That's a good point. That was a good point.
The other one's all dog crap, though.
Everyone in our audience, though, right now, I wasn't there in 05, but everyone in our audience is going, well, the refs did this, and
they hated that, and Holmgren hated it, too.
Yeah,
is everyone in your audience like you, though? Where like,
no.
Do you think Seahawks fans are like, oh, we got this. We got this?
I don't think that's really how Seahawks fans operate.
I wouldn't think so.
No.
But I get the sense that's how you operate.
No, this week I do.
Salk's a contrarian to the market, Kyle.
No, see, that'll do well for you.
Generally doesn't agree with him.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah.
But that's fun.
It is. It is. Who of the Seahawks, because you've done 50,000 segments, give me your 3 Seahawks who can make the biggest Q rating impact in their careers Sunday afternoon.
All right, remind me what Q rating means?
Popularity means...
Oh, okay.
It means
yeah,
when you show, like, hey,
recognizability.
let me show you a picture of Mike McDonald on the street. Who is this?
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I saw somebody do brilliantly a couple weeks ago.
All right, so that was really funny.
That was good.
Nobody knew how that Mike McDonald was. I may do that again after the Super Bowl. Just be like, this guy just won the Super Bowl. Do you know who he is? They still don't.
No.
And by the way, people thought I handpicked those people to just be ignorant. There was a whole pre-interview about how much you follow the league and you do fantasy, all that. You know who I'm rooting for so hard in this? And there's a lot of people who are not. I want Reek Woolen to have a game. I have never seen a Faces of Death experiment where his entire career flashed in front of him in 30 seconds. That was a near-death football experience. The penalty was bad enough. And then Stafford's like, all right, idiot, here we go. I'm going to light it up right now. His whole career was, if they lose that game, he's Buckner. It's over. You will never live that down.
Have you seen the McDonald's sound on it, too, from the sideline? Where the ref comes over and says, I'll explain to you. I'll figure out a number. And McDonald goes, I already know. It's 27.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh, my God. I did not see that.
Yes.
See, that's a great McDonald's soundbite. More people should know that. It's like, I don't know him. If they had lost that game, God forbid, he is Buckner in Boston. It is all-timer. So if he jumps a route in this game, if he has a pick six or something like that, I think it is a hilarious story. And if we had to do some segment, give us a preposterous MVP of this game. I'm like, Reek Woolen going to Disneyland. That's what I want. So Reek Woolen, definitely huge. What's another one? I mean, my favorite Seahawk is Walker. I mean, I love Charbonnet, and he's not playing in the game, but I love Walker. And if Walker has 120 yards and a win, then he's like, all right, now I get to be talked about with all these guys walking around here and Bijan and McCaffrey. If the Seahawks weren't here, Kenneth Walker's not walking around with Colgate getting a huge check, right? Maybe he should be. You know what I was doing the other day? I pulled up his college highlights. Holy crap, it's so fun to watch. He has this 300-yard run against Northwestern. He's still running, and it's just absolutely dominating people. So I'd say him. And then I want to say someone fun like Gray Zabel or somebody like that. But, I mean, look, is the Darnold. It's Darnold. It's an absurd thing.
So
I know it's
from
been
your
talked
seat,
ad nauseum.
okay, your seat. You're sitting up there on the big stage in the morning.
Sure, yeah.
You guys got a great set. You're one of the first noises in this building each morning. From that set down there, who's Sam Darnold? Because you can imagine we talk about him a lot, his story. But from the national perspective, the people you sit with, who is Sam Darnold to y'all?
I remember during Sam Darnold's rookie year, I went into the Jets locker room and I did a piece, like a man on the street type piece. It's late in the year. I did it only because they were the local team and I think they wanted a little goodwill. It was a morgue. It was the most depressing atmosphere I've ever been in. Todd Bowles had just been fired, and I saw Sam and I was like, oh, I got to get Sam Darnold, the cool new quarterback. And then he was just he was catatonic. Like, he was so miserable. It wasn't working out. He politely declined to speak, even for this lighthearted piece. And I was like, I guess this is how it ends for this guy. Never, he'll get one other second chance, and that's it. I think the Jets getting rid of him is nothing compared to what happened last year in Minnesota, where they had a bird in the hand, essentially, nah, we like this kid from Michigan. Just an unbelievable thing. So to answer your question, I think it's after they beat the Rams, he's a completely different person. I think Sam Darnold is like a hopeful figure. He's become this real positive, resurrection. He's practically an NFL Christ figure at this point. Wholesome, family-friendly, resurrected from the hell that is New York. And now Sam Darnold's going to win the Super Bowl? It's ridiculous. It's be like if Zach Wilson won the Super Bowl next year. You know what I'm saying? It's almost that. And listen, I've met a lot of players. I do it for work. It's not to brag. I have not met a guy who I found more solid, more kind, or more professional than Sam Darnold. So I'm openly rooting for him. Openly.
So what does the league learn? If he does win, does the league learn from that at all?
Don't go to the Jets, ever. You got Jetsed. J-E-S-T''D. And, it's going to happen again next year. Do you think Sam Darnold is all of a sudden he just wins 28 games in back-to-back seasons and it was his fault that he just sucked with the Jets? It's preposterous.
Well, does it teach us then about Malik Willis or Will Levis or some of these other guys? They didn't get Jetsed, but maybe they got Titansed or somewhere else. Does it allow us to think differently about some of these quote-unquote failed quarterbacks?
It's there's the 10 best jobs that you could have as a quarterback in the league right now. And I think a top 15 job to have as a quarterback is the 49ers backup. You're not even starting. I would rather be the backup for the 49ers than the starter for a dozen teams. Mac Jones will be somewhere next year. He'll be playing somewhere. And I know Shanahan's talked about it with Darnold. He's he just sat there and he listened, and he has this great phrase where he's you have to learn to give them their nuts back. And he says that about these quarterbacks. You have to learn that they're the man again. And I think Baker Mayfield had him with McVay when he was with the Rams. I think that's what we learned. Is Shanahan is amazing and so are McVay. And don't go to the Jets. And I don't like picking on the Jets as punching down as low-hanging fruit, but my God, the proof is overwhelming.
Well, I wonder how much of it, we've talked a lot about it being, situation and what's around you, and then giving them time to develop and how much time it takes to just learn how to play it in the NFL. But hearing you say that, how much of it is just confidence?
I know.
Just feeling good about what you're doing every day.
Sam Darnold's first pass in the NFL was pick six, and it was oh, crap, buckle up. This might be a crazy one. I remember vividly at his pro day at USC, the Haslam family from the Browns was there sitting with his parents in the crowd. There's a picture of Jimmy Haslam with the Darnold family, and then they drafted Baker. Like, they didn't like it either. That's immediate shot to your confidence, where you're supposed to be the #1 USC, and they drafted the short little guy like Baker Mayfield immediately. Then the pick 6 and the Jets. Like, most guys don't recover from. And you know what they don't recover from? The toughest brand you can have, and this is a very harsh word, choker.
Yeah.
Last year he looked like a choker. Those last 2 games it's not that he was pass rushed or he wasn't ready, he wasn't focused. He was floating passes, and that's really why Minnesota got rid of him. That's an almost impossible label to get over. And by the way, I hate to say this, if he throws a couple away on Sunday, it's going to be back. You know it's going to be back. You know how many people in this room are like, oh, Sam Darnold, great story. Monday they can be like, choker. They can't wait. They already got that in their draft folder. They're ready to pounce on Monday. I hope it doesn't happen.
Yep. Last time you were with us,
yes,
you weren't wearing that gorgeous jacket.
Supple, isn't it?
Oh, my God.
My wife picked it out.
Did she really?
She did. We went to the mall like it's 1995, and we bought a leather jacket. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Looks great on you.
Wilson's leather?
You told us about your wonderful trip to the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, yeah.
Picking blueberries.
Hell yeah.
Oh, gosh. Great. And I can totally visualize
Brock,
it.
let me tell you about Black Diamond, Washington, the Black Diamond Bakery.
Oh.
They got a spot there. It's a bakery. I'm like, we're just going to go have cake for lunch? Like, oh, no, they got food there, too, and eggs and stuff like that.
Yep.
I probably had an 8,000-calorie lunch, and I want a dessert, too. Black Diamond Bakery, shout them out. Fantastic place.
Well done. So you think of the Pacific Northwest. You have those stories.
Yeah.
Flip that football around, if you wouldn't mind, and you're going to have to autograph it later. You look at that Seahawk brand or the logo right above your head right there. What is that brand? What's a Seahawk brand?
So much nostalgia, unfortunately. It's like when you ask me Seahawks, I'm like Richard Sherman, Marshawn. Like, that's all great, but I'm from Chicago, and for decades, Bears fans are just obsessed with 1985. The Bears. I think that stuff's so pathetic. I grew up with Mike
being
Dingletary.
obsessed with a 19-something-5 timeline.
No, right.
I can't imagine what that would be like.
Yes.
Seattle Mariners fans. Go ahead.
But I miss the Mariners too. I had a Griffey jersey growing up like every other kid, and my hat backwards. I love that stuff. I've always, my personal relationship is like, Seattle was always the coolest city in the world to me because I had never been there, but they had Pearl Jam and the Space Needle, and they had Griffey and Randy Johnson. Like, Seattle was like, it was like the land of Oz to me. But this weekend is massive, not because they can win the Super Bowl. Let's be honest. We think about Russell Wilson trying to throw to Ricardo Lockett inexplicably. Like, does this now erase all that? Like, if you beat the Patriots, at least it replaces it. And I think it's a massive deal. This is so much different than if they were playing the Broncos or the Bills.
Yeah, I mean, you bring up Buckner, and they didn't beat the Mets, but once 04 happened, Buckner's off the hook. Nobody thinks about Buckner the same way. Nobody thinks about Bartman the same way.
Not at all.
As they used to. I mean, once you win, everything gets forgiven at that point. And so I do think it's a nice potential moment for whoever you choose to blame in that game, whether it's the coach or whether it's the offensive coordinator or the quarterback, and we've heard
I wonder what Russ, like, when the matchup happened, like, Russ Wilson, was he like, oh, man, now 2 weeks of showing that play again? Or is he like, go get him, guys, make do? What do you think?
That's interesting.
I don't think Russ thinks it's his fault.
Is he coming on your guys' show
It
next
is,
couple
right?
days?
Well, it depends who you ask, I think.
What is the standing explanation? I've never been satisfied because Pete was doing the Pete thing after blah, 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 could have run there. I never really have been satisfied with the explanation of what happened.
I'll give you my explanation for as long as you
I've
want
heard
it.
theories.
There is absolutely no reason to run the ball there. Running the ball is ridiculous. You have one timeout, and it's second down. Why would you run the ball?
Because you're assured of a score.
No, you're not.
Yeah,
You're not
sure you
assured
are.
of anything in the NFL. You ran him on first down, and he didn't
You got
score.
a couple of yards. So you're an apologist for this.
I think that if you don't score there, then you're screwed. Now you got to call timeout. Now you got to throw the ball twice. You don't want to do that.
The problem is if you pass, there's a potential it might be intercepted.
But what you need to do in that spot
yes.
is you need to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You need to run play action. You have to, because
Play
everyone
action.
thinks Marshawn is getting the ball.
Okay.
And you have to use Russ's legs.
Yes.
And then if it's not there, he has to throw it away.
That's right.
Brock, you agree?
Which is why Darrell Bevel
yeah,
is the
100%.
person to
That's
blame
fascinating.
here.
Okay.
It is not Pete. It is not Russ.
Sure.
It is Darrell Bevel. He called a play that involved having Ricardo Lockett as the primary receiver.
Thrown in the middle of the field that Russ doesn't see at his height, and he would never tell you he doesn't see it, but he doesn't see it.
And required Jermaine Kearse to block, essentially,
Screen.
Brendan Browner, who you knew personally because he did. Anyway, we're not going to go all the way through this. It's too frustrating. But there you go. There's your, if you were looking for an explanation.
Well, you guys are far more nuanced than this because you're in it, but I'm still
Oh, no,
like,
we spent 8 years talking about it. Yeah.
No.
No, I mean,
longer than that.
Has it? I thought once COVID
like
hit,
80.
didn't it
I
flush
just
down
feel
the
like I
toilet?
hope we're not talking about it on Monday. Like let's
right.
get the hell out of there.
So here's my question for you.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this yesterday when you think about that brand. If the Seahawks win, they've now been to 4 Super Bowls in 20 years.
Pretty cool.
It would be 2 Super Bowl wins in less than 15 years. Do they start to become more of a nationally relevant brand? I know that we talk about, the Cowboys if, somebody sneezes. I'm not expecting that. But does it change the conversation and thought process around the team in general?
It should, and it will a little bit, but not a lot.
Because?
You're just so far away.
It's geography, I guess, but I hate that because we talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all the time. Is Tampa a huge media market? No, it's just a thing. It's the quarterback is not Caleb Williams or one of these bright shiny objects he was, and when the journey is really nuanced and complicated. And then honestly, we joke about this, but the reason I went on the streets and asked people to identify Mike Macdonald is I thought it was really interesting that no one knows who the hell he is.
Yep.
He looks just like the stock image of a golf pro. His name, Mike Macdonald, just sounds made up. No one even knows how to spell it. It's not McDonald, it's M-A-C, and all the letters are lowercase. It's really strange.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, you guys talk about Mike Macdonald all day. It never, ever comes up in a rundown of a national show or an ESPN show. I don't know if half the people at ESPN or NFL Network could identify the picture of Mike Macdonald.
Yep.
I don't know if half my co-hosts could do it. So the answer is probably no.
And
He's got to win
Kyle?
5 of them or something in order for people to start talking about him.
Maybe.
Dude runs off 5 straight Super Bowls, and everyone's like, yeah, I don't know.
But you know what's crazy?
Let's talk about the Cowboys. Dude, sneeze.
Here's what's crazy.
Yeah.
If you sat down with them, right, this afternoon, and you sat for an hour with them, right, eating pizza or meal and talking ball.
Yeah, I've never met him.
You'd be like, this guy is freaking brilliant.
Yeah.
He is so smart.
Uh-huh.
So we had Michael Gervais, the team psychologist, on, who worked with the team with Pete, and he's just like, you sit with you and you realize it right away. And I don't know if this happens to you. There's 3 or 4 humans in my life that I sit with. I'm like, their brain just operates. Jason Benetti, who I play by, his brain just operates differently. He's just on a different level. Peyton Manning, sat with him, different level.
Oh,
their
no doubt.
Their brain just processes different.
Yeah.
Mike's like that, man.
Yeah.
You'd sit with him and be like, this guy's emotional intelligence, his football intelligence, his social intelligence, his book intelligence, just a smart dude.
I saw him with you guys. He was talking about the We Do Not Care.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I found that really likable. And again, we're back at that same question.
His overthinking, when he was sitting there going, oh.
Yeah, and then the
classic
delay and how do I talk? But
Yes.
why doesn't that clip lead Sports Center? It just doesn't.
Right.
It should be everywhere. And if it was Sean McVay or if it was Mike McCarthy, anybody, there's something sleepy about it that I don't like, but I see.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so we've
So it
talked.
doesn't change even with a win.
We talked for a good 15 minutes here.
Is there anything of a guy think of the dynasties? Is there ever been a coach who won a Super Bowl as a sleepy coach that nobody remembers?
Ooh.
I don't like.
Ooh.
I'm trying to think of the one-offs.
I mean, the George Seiferts,
Doug
right?
Peterson.
Like
Yeah.
that. Doug Peterson would be
Doug
one.
Peterson win a Super Bowl?
He did win a Super Bowl. Yes.
Won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He's from Ferndale, Washington, by the way. up
Doug
north.
Peterson is?
Yeah,
Love Doug. He has a
originally.
statue outside of Philadelphia. Incredible. But I'm listen, Mike McDonald should be a household name, but I don't know.
What have you been hearing from people this week? Just as you have people on the set who you had on who's been great, what have you heard from people that kind of stands out to you?
Everybody's just obsessed with the Seahawks defense.
Really?
Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
they're
what's
on
great.
at 3 in the so they don't have a lot of guests.
No, we
either.
did lunch today. The first part of the show, Brock, by the way, you're right. It feels like we're on at 1 in the morning.
Yes.
It's idiotic. And they're like, all right, bring that energy. I'm like, I'm a corpse. And I'm made for this. We were just sitting down with Urlacher a half an hour ago, and he was just stars in his eyes about I wish I could play for that Seattle defense. And he's one of the greatest defenses we've ever seen. He's like, at every level, this and that. He's like, I could just run around and make plays. It'd be so fun, and it's so loud. A lot of people are getting a kick. I'm diving into a lot of the history of these two franchises. So I didn't know all this stuff that the Seattle Seahawks used to be owned by the Nordstrom family, and they tried to move it to L.A., and we have footage of people standing in front of a truck trying to move. I didn't know any of that stuff. So the point is, I'm trying to teach people that, learn it myself, but, that's probably garden variety for you guys.
Yeah.
Some of it is, yeah. Did Leonard Williams come up at all in those conversations? Because of everyone,
Not that much.
See, that is
that much.
horrifying.
Not
to
that
me.
much.
Leonard Williams is maybe the best player on this team. He's the leader of
He's
this
incredible.
team. He might be one of the 3 best defensive linemen in the league right now. Nobody even talks about
Salk,
him.
if you just walk around, and this is what you do here,
This
just
is
listen
so
to shows,
painful.
take a 20-second pause at each table. like all you really hear about is Sam Darnold. Maybe occasionally Jackson Smith and Jigba, but like no one's going deep on the defensive linebackers or the O-line. No one is. And if they are, it's about the Patriots guys.
Will you please do me a favor
Yeah.
tomorrow on
What
the
do you
show?
got?
Just talk about Leonard Williams for a little bit. Just talk about how good Leonard Williams is.
Not only am I going to talk about Leonard Williams, I'm going to shout you guys out, and I'm going to shout to the rest of the floor that they should be talking about Leonard Williams.
That's fine. That's enough. Yeah.
That's it.
That
No, but
works.
I'm also going to go deep on Leonard Williams. By the way, because
He's
we have
awesome.
nothing else to talk about. It's already the end of the week. We're already dried out. I'll talk about anything you want. I don't care.
How is Leonard
I'll
Williams?
talk about Leonard Skinner. Whatever you want. I need things to talk about.
Actually, you know what you should do is talk to Leonard Williams at some point. He's an awesome interview.
Yeah?
Just a
I
really
think we've had him
bright,
on.
smart, and like genuine guy.
Yeah.
And he uses a word that, for whatever reason, comes up with this team a lot. And it's not a word you hear often
what
in
is it?
football. It's not transparent. It's vulnerable.
Who's vulnerable?
They will
The
talk
team.
about themselves.
Mike
Oh,
McDonald
okay.
on our show saying, I think I overthought that one. You know, sitting there on stage and classical.
That's cool.
He's vulnerable. And John Schneider's vulnerable. And the whole crew, like, I don't know, Kyle, it's interesting. If you would have done this 11 years ago with us in Radio Row in Arizona and the year before in New York, that was a different crew, man. That was a pack of hyenas, as Gervais said. Like, just wild. Just fur flying, spit everywhere,
I know.
noisy.
I used to talk to Mike Robinson. I'm like, when did you guys know you're going to win that game? He's like, second we won the title game.
That's
we
right.
knew Denver had nothing for us.
This team?
Yeah.
This team is
They're
like
vulnerable with each other.
they're-
It's bizarre.
They got like this true like love.
They're
and
sensitive.
Yeah.
It's amazing. They
See,
care
that's a
about
cool
each other,
storyline. It's the
man.
first I've heard of it.
Stop it.
I'm not kidding. No one's talking about how they're vulnerable. You know what they're talking about? Hey, Sam Darnold used to be on the Jets. Did you guys know that? And then he transferred. You know who's not vulnerable? Salk about the fact that the Seahawks should have handed it to Marshawn at the goal line. Not vulnerable, invulnerable. You went into a whole breakdown of the coordinator and the timeouts. I'm like, I love it.
Sam Darnold's a quarterback. You know that?
He didn't always play for Seattle.
Sam.
He was on the Vikings. Sam Darnold.
Carolina for a little while, I think.
Darnold's a
Yeah.
quarterback and the
Who plays for the D-line? Sam Darnold. He plays every position. He's also the coach and the owner.
What a world we live in.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing
Kyle,
this.
so
We
good.
appreciate it.
This is fun.
And thank you for jumping on this bandwagon early. And I think we've gotten you back on. I think we've pulled you back.
You got to
over
make your
the
pick
good
tomorrow,
side here.
probably.
Probably going to make the pick tomorrow.
Probably make
Trying
the
to think
pick
about what
tomorrow.
grunge lyric I'm going to use
Okay.
to apply it. But yeah, like, we'll see. There'll be people who do the Patriots just for a look at me moment and don't really believe it.
Jamie wouldn't do it. Who's Jamie going to pick?
The Vikings are not even playing. I don't know, probably. She'll probably pick the Seahawks, too.
All I know is that Drake May on the other side, Kyle, like confident kid, so young. It's unbelievable. We're getting old. He's getting younger. He's going to lay his head on his pillow Saturday. He's going to wake up Sunday, and he's going to know, like, hellfire's coming for him.
Really?
Oh, he's going to wake up like this. He watches every game save for Stafford.
Yeah.
All right, Stafford and Puka and those guys.
Yeah.
There's a familiarity. Stafford's a different human. You watch him in person as we did at the game. Like
Damn, bro.
he's different.
Hellfire's coming from. I just got goosebumps.
It's coming.
Okay.
Because he knows he puts that tape on a Brock Purdy. Like, oof. He puts a tape on a Bryce Young.
Yeah,
oof.
that's rough.
He puts a tape on a Jaden Daniels dislocated elbow. Oof.
What about the Stafford tape, though? That's pretty good.
But he's not Stafford,
No,
and that
he's not.
team is not Stafford,
No,
and he
for
doesn't
sure.
have Stafford weapons.
Or Stafford protection.
Or Stafford protect. Like he's got to run. I got to run against these guys.
You guys are really. There's a contagious feeling coming across the table,
good. Nice.
and it's this like. It's this we got this sort of elbow on the table thing. Just trust me. When Heward said hellfire's coming, I'm going to remember that. I may even use that.
It's coming.
Kyle Brandt, Good Morning
best.
Football and everything else. Thank you so much.
Seriously.
Thanks for stopping by. You were the one person.
Yep.
You're so far the only guest we've had here at Radio Row. We'll be right back, though. We'll finish up today's show, and we'll be ready to go for tomorrow. It's Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports on 10 and SeattleSports.com.
It's all about, right?
We are going to the Super Bowl.
The pure joy.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Super Bowl, baby, let's go.
And Sunday, when history is written in Super Bowl 60, isn't there only one voice you want to hear tell the story?
A one-hander, JSN.
Wherever you are on Sunday, listen to Steve Rabel call the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, live and free on the Seattle Sports app.
All right, guys, the all-new Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel is certainly open, and you can catch every game, including this weekend at Hawks Peak. More than 66 televisions, a heated outdoor deck, the whole deal. It is the perfect spot to watch the game and all the fun stuff that goes with it at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Book a room, snocasino.com. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
This week, Seattle football fans are going big, and so are Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Score a winning drive with the same-day test drive and take home. That's right. Find your perfect Toyota and drive it home today. Their teams are ready to help you in 2 stunning showrooms, Kirkland and Renton. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Don't punt on savings. Make your big game move now at Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton. Visit in person or online at toyotaofkirkland.com and toyotaofrenton.com.
O'Brien.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction. Lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Who did it best in 2025? Vote now for the Sports Stars and Story of the Year at seattlesports.org and help choose the winners of the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards, presented by Microsoft. From collegiate champions to the standouts across our professional teams, make your choice and come celebrate Washington's biggest night out for sports on March 13th. Vote now and get tickets at seattlesports.org. We'll see you there.
The Mariners fix you need during the offseason.
Fans are on their feet. Listen to this.
The Uncruise Adventures Hot Stove, Tuesday nights at 7 on Seattle Sports.
See your favorite Seattle Mariners up close at the Peoria Sports Complex. Come to sunny and warm Peoria, Arizona to celebrate an AL West championship and the beginning of another great season for your Mariners. Spring training in Peoria has plenty of sunshine, warm temperatures, great food, and the best seats in baseball. It's family fun for fans of all ages. Book your trip today. Support your 2026 Seattle Mariners in Arizona for what promises to be another exciting season. Get your tickets at PeoriaBaseball.com.
Forget Cloud 9. We're headed to Cloud 10 with prizes up to $10,000 in cash. Hearts will be racing every Saturday night in February as 2 lovely winners are drawn every hour from 6:30 till 10:30. Will you be one of Cupid's cash board winners? Visit daily to claim your free entry and find out. Don't forget, your Reef Rewards card can save you up to 25 cents per gallon at Lummi Bay Market next to Silver Reef. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5 exit 260.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
This is Brock and Salk.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco. Powered through the Quantum Fiber Studio.
Ahead of Super Bowl 60 between the Patriots and Seahawks on Seattle Sports.
Now, here are your hosts, Brock Eward and Mike Salk.
All right, we're going to finish things up here from Radio Row. We just talked to Kyle Brandt and what was simultaneously one of the best and most depressing interviews I think we've ever done.
What was the reaction?
I mean,
Did you see
everybody
much of it?
loves him for obvious reasons.
The Black Diamond Bakery more than anybody.
Dude, it's just the energy, you can just feel the passion, the love, all of it. Just how much he loves his job and loves talking about this stuff. Even when he's making fun of his job and like frustrated by his job, you can still tell how much he loves his job. So, I mean, look, Kyle's a great guest and a great guy. But it is really hard to hear some of that stuff.
Just from a national level, right?
It's really hard to hear, and he's not wrong. This isn't a disagreement. It's really hard to hear. Leonard Williams who?
Right.
We haven't even mentioned Leonard Williams. Like, what?
Right.
You didn't even mention the guy who literally might be the best player on the field?
All-pro.
Like, I think he's probably the best player on the field, period.
Well, I saw Colin Cowherd's top 10 list. Did you look at his top 10 players in the
No.
Super Bowl?
Was he on there?
No.
I don't even know what to say to that.
But he said it. He said that everyone's talking about how in love they are with the defense, and I think it's just the nature of this defense that like not one player stands out to people when they're just watching the game.
Some of all the parts.
I think that's all very fair. I also think Leonard Williams is the single best player on the field on Sunday.
Sure.
He's got to be in the top 10. Like, come on.
Top 10?
He's got to be in the top 10.
Give me three guys you think are better players than Leonard Williams right now.
Well, I mean, it's just apples and oranges. Different game, different players, space, right? Eman Mori and Spoon and JSN and just different game. You know, and asked to do different things and the number of snaps you got to play and all the rest of it.
When you consider the position they play and the importance of the position, I don't think that, I mean, I think that he's number one. I don't think there's any way you can tell me there are three guys when you account for position that are better players on that field than Leonard Williams.
Well, we'll have some of this
You're just
tomorrow.
not going to convince me.
We're going to have so much fun tomorrow.
And okay, well, fine, regardless of whether I'm right or wrong. Yeah, we haven't even talked about him.
I know.
Yeah, we haven't even mentioned the name Leonard Williams. I mean, it is a little
the other reality,
depressing.
too, is if Mike McDonald did walk in here, now maybe it's a little different because he's been in all the podiums and all the pressers and had Monday night and everything else. But before this week, right, if you took this whole crew of people in here and all these lights and cameras and all
You don't think the influencers here would have known who
no,
Mike
they
McDonald
wouldn't. No,
is?
he could have walked.
Really? You don't think the
no, Michael.
YouTubers and
no, Michael.
the Bleacher Report said
and our friends from CNBC right next to
You
us?
don't think
No,
that?
I don't think
USA
so.
Today.
I think
and-
Mike McDonald, and you know what's beautiful about him? He don't care.
I know he doesn't care.
He doesn't
And I don't
care.
really care that much either. It's just sort of depressing to hear about it. And it is a note. Like you ask about the pack of hyenas, as Michael Gervais called them, the Legion of Boom. And they were loud. Like, they made sure you knew who they were. You had to know who Richard Sherman was because when people didn't, he screamed at them on the streets in New Orleans and said, I'm Richard Sherman.
That's right.
I'm better than Darrelle Revis.
That's right.
And it was, Marshawn, who was the story of that entire week by refusing to show up and say anything other than,
I'm here so I won't get
"I'm here
fined."
so I won't get fined.
Yes.
And you had to know
They
who
were
they
brand representative. As it turned out, and you
The
look
thing
back,
is-
they were individually brand representative.
But in a week, in a year rather, if the Seahawks win this year and they were to come back next year, do you think all that's still true? A year later, all anybody would be able to say is Sam Darnold used to be on the Jets? I mean, there is an element of you've got to get there in order for people to learn about you.
Yeah.
Like you do need to have a reason for them to talk about you and get to know you and tell your story and become familiar with you. And curating does take a little
It does,
while.
but those individuals also got to be a little bit wired that way. And they're not necessarily, I think, this crew those individuals necessarily wired that way. I put JSN up there. He's one of the great players on the field, if not the greatest player talent-wise on the field. It doesn't strike me that he's going to hire a PR firm and, develop his own logo and want to be the show and put himself out. I don't think he's wired that way. And what makes this collection, I think, so lovable for us in the Pacific Northwest, yet so distant from a lot of the national audience. Now, does it surprise me at all, like Tamora's point about Urlacher, that Urlacher would say that? Not at all.
No.
If, a bunch of these old football
anybody
heads.
who knows ball.
Yes. Any of these old football dudes.
Like me?
Yeah, James Harrison over there who didn't recognize. Yeah, those guys would be like, I want to play with that group right there, man. I want to play with those guys. I want that head coach to call the signals for me and put me in the spot to go be the difference maker. So, yeah, it was enlightening. It always is when you get somebody that understands the national stuff, that talks about it every single morning on Good Morning Football, and is as open as Kyle is about that. He not going to fake that stuff either. He's going to tell you what's really going on. So, which we really do appreciate. Man, it's getting busy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Bump and Stacy going to have a whole bunch of action all around him here. I think I will do that exercise, by the way. I think I am just going to walk by these booths and try to listen a little bit more. Just little snippets. And then we're going to talk tomorrow to one of the guys from Boston, right? One of the better hosts.
We'll talk to Mike Felker. He's a unique individual, that's for sure. We're going to tape that one today, so we'll run that tomorrow with Mike.
Yep.
I'm supposed to go over on his show later today as well, so I'll do a little Boston mea culpa or something along those lines. We'll see how it goes. He usually has something up his sleeve for everybody. He's again a very unique individual who I worked with a long time ago. So we'll see where that goes tomorrow. And we may find one or two other little surprises before it's all done. Like we didn't know we would talk to Michael Gervais today, and that kind of worked out really well. It's been fun, man. This has been a really cool deal. One more day of this tomorrow. Opportunity to just kind of keep soaking it all in. But I think Kyle Brandt really does give you the vibe.
Yeah.
The Seahawks are the favorite. Overwhelming favorite from everybody out there who thinks they're going to win, but nobody seems to really know anything about them other than that they think they're going to win. It's hilarious. It is the most bizarre, topsy-turvy, and then they talk themselves out of it. But I'm telling you, the teams and the favorites that lose are there because of their offense, not because of their defense.
Well, I'm telling you, I can't believe we'll only have one more day to do this tomorrow because I could kind of feel some of the emotions flowing through me a little bit. Yeah, that little, when I said hellfire's coming,
starting to feel a
little emotional, Salk. Yeah.
All right.
A little get ready tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get ready tomorrow.
All right.
Well, you won't let me play Thunderstruck, but internally,
that's been done.
Thunderstruck's going to be going on in my head. I'll
that's
tell you
fine.
that.
All right, one more day of this tomorrow. Bump and Stacy will come your way next, and then Wyman and Bob. More, you guys got another show tonight as well? Yeah, Morrow and Lefko. And Curtis is going to be here later. It's a whole thing, man. This is great. So cool.
Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, keep it right here on this station all day long. We will be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. And until then, the hay
is in the barn.
See you, everybody.
Get to the chopper!
This is what it's all about, right?
We are going to the Super Bowl!
The pure joy.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Super Bowl, baby, let's go!
And Sunday, when history is written in Super Bowl 60, isn't there only one voice you want to hear tell the story?
A one-hander, JSN!
Wherever you are on Sunday, listen to Steve Rabel call the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, live and free on the Seattle Sports app.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my buddy Shannon O'Kelly from IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. So much more than just physical and hand therapy, though, Shannon. You guys, holy smokes, do you have a lot of specialty care?
Yeah, Brock, we do. Obviously, our nuts and bolts is good old musculoskeletal, but we have a lot of therapists that do advanced certifications in specialty care. And that's important because we can treat the whole population. We can treat your neighborhood. We can treat your family. And those specialty services range from neurovestibular care to dry needling, sports medicine, hand therapy, pelvic floor, vestibular rehab, lymphedema, you name it, we have that service. Again, we're about taking care of the whole family and the whole family's needs.
And remember, IRG, they're in your neighborhood. I'm talking over 40 locations and new additions in Wallingford and the WAC as well, that Washington Athletic Club. You can find them in person. You can find it online at irgpt.com. That is irgpt.com.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I would rather get my teeth drilled than go to a car dealership. However, I recently had a breakdown with my vehicle, and I knew that I had to get a new one. I knew where to go. Wayscar Ford in Auburn. I'd heard amazing things. I knew the GM, Mark, so I ended up going out there. Mark, you're with me right now, and I got to be honest, even knowing you, I was nervous. Just being at a car dealership brings pressure, but you guys really focus on customer experience.
Well, there are some dealerships where you go in and you feel like you're getting jumped on. We don't do that, okay? There's absolutely no pressure at our dealership, period. And we backed it up with a 5-day or 500-mile, 100%, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. We only want to sell you a car if you want to buy one. So if you want a low-pressure experience, check out our reviews. We have thousands of 5-star reviews. You can buy with confidence. Wayscar Ford's been family-owned and operated in downtown Auburn for over 103 years. You don't stay in business that long by not taking care of people.
See it for yourself at Wayscar Ford in Auburn. That's wayscarford.com.
Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. In the past 5 years, we've seen thousands of men at our clinics. Most guys tell us the same story, that in their early 50s, it's not that they couldn't function, they just needed help. They started taking Viagra, and it worked great at first. But after a few years, it stopped working. The problem is that their arteries had become more restricted since they started taking it, because Viagra does not unclog arteries. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we use acoustic wave therapy to target the real problem. We break down plaque and clear up the arteries so blood can flow like it did in your 20s. This restores function. And guys, listen to this. You won't have to take a pill anymore. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Good Dog Auto Glass.
When your windshield breaks, the national brands say their fix is safe, but the quality is light. Instead, trust Good Dog Auto Glass for the best in quality auto glass.
Don't let the insurance company bully you. When you call, we answer the phone. Visit us online and get more bang for your buck.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
Get ready, because it's here. The first huge public online auction of the new year from the James G. Murphy Company. And it's underway now. We're stacked and packed with a vast assortment of heavy construction equipment, trucks, trailers, and more, like 17 excavators, 6 dozers, including a 2012 John Deere 700K XLT, 4 wheel loaders, a grader, a 2021 Kenworth T270 propane delivery truck, a 2023 Volvo Auto Transporter, 6 Peterbilt 567 tractors, 6 dump trucks, forklifts, boom lifts, loaders, graders, and utility trucks. But wait, there's more, like over 100 unused gas-powered excavators, flatbed trucks, and on and on. We are on fire with gear. Preview all items Tuesday and Wednesday, February 10th and 11th at our location in Marysville. Do not miss the first huge public online auction of the new year. Check murphyauction.com for all details. murphyauction.com. murphyauction.com.
Yay to Bruce, the streaming king.
With quantum fiber internet, he's gonna binge.
He wants more, he's got to have more.
More bedtime true crime.
More podcasts in the shower.
Quantum fiber Wi-Fi has the power. More fast internet speed.
He's got the geeks to go big, bring him the game.
Right now.
And his royal we.
More sports non-stop, his quantum fiber's on